Oh, look at that.
Bing.
Bada bing, bada boom. Is it working? I can't tell.
Momentarily. Go for
There we go.
sound. And
Woohoo.
we're up. Let's do her. Momentarily.
Good job, David. Well done.
And definitely hearing talk back in delay. Somebody's got YouTube open. Sorry, that was me.
Self-inflicted wound, huh?
Yeah, it was. I have it quiet enough. Sometimes I need to sometimes because I just want to make sure that you guys are okay.
So you're playing with tiles, Robert?
Actually, I'm just testing something because I've got an event coming up this week where we're going to be using tiles. It's
And David, if you are playing music, we're not hearing it on the countdown. Sorry, Robert.
Yeah, and it's a hybrid event, and I got about 150 interpreters. So it's 4 interpreters, and so I want to bring some of the online people into the room and how to use tiles for that. So I was just testing a couple of things.
And Tony Mobley found the Zoom link. That's good. Good job, Tony Mobley.
Yeah, it's been an interesting thing. I went back to, I think, May of 2025 and found the link that worked. None of the recent links work for me.
I mean, the one on the webpage didn't even work for you?
On the webpage?
Yes, and we won't necessarily tell you why, but that's okay. Yeah, go ahead, Pete.
www.zoomtestkitchen.com. And there's a button right on that webpage.
Okay, I will. I'm going to be transparent and tell you I was in Discord, looking through Discord, Zoom Test Kitchen, trying to find a link. So thank you very much for that. As a matter of fact, we're going to add that to my notes right now.
All right, everyone. We're 10 seconds up.
I'm going to get a panic attack just now. I can't hear any music.
You couldn't hear any music?
No.
We told you
whole
that.
time?
Yes, correct.
Oops. Wait, could they hear it? Could they hear it on YouTube? I could hear it. Could you hear it? They couldn't hear it on YouTube?
Well, if we don't hear it in the room, we don't hear it in YouTube. Honest.
Wait.
Honest.
Hold on. Okay, now we have to troubleshoot this. What the heck? Hold on. Wait a second. Okay. No, wait. Can you still hear me? Yeah, you can still hear me.
We hear you, but no music right now.
I know I don't have any music playing. Just wait a second.
All right.
All right. Now wait. Now you can't hear it because I turned original sound off. So hold on. Original sound on. Can you hear it?
Are you playing the sounds of silence?
What is going on? Hold on. Roadcaster. Oh, what? No.
Oh.
Huh.
Yeah. You know that the roadcaster is important. We do know that.
I don't know I don't know. Can you hear it now?
Yeah, we can hear it.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be that way.
Thank you, Dave. That's much better.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be that way. Well, okay, be quiet. What? Stop. Shush. But it shouldn't be that way. Oh. Well, okay. Well, it's working. In lieu of playing our song, I'm just going to sing it. Tuning in, you're testing it all. Hey, Frank. Okay, now Frank is just playing with us. Every day he's coming, every week he's coming in from a different location. That's what he's doing. Tamara, you missed the song. You were late and you missed the song. Sorry if you're watching on YouTube about the song. I had the wrong input. What are you going to do? Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good everything. Good to see you here. Welcome to the Zoom Test Kitchen. I got an email right before we got on this call from Zoom. Holy moly, they're making changes to captions and transcripts. But before we do that, let's make the rounds and say hello real quick. Mike Latta, how you doing, sir?
Doing good, David. Good to see that we're going to be having interesting things happening today. By the sounds,
is that how you define that? Fred, good to see you from Phoenix. Interesting. We'll have some interesting. Thank you for joining us, Fred. Robert, how are you, sir?
I'm doing very well. I haven't been here for a while, but I'm really glad to be back.
It's really good to have you. You were here last week, though.
A little bit.
Wait, wasn't he here last week, Mike? Am I crazy?
I was in towards the end. Towards the end. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? Any amount of Robert I get makes me happy.
Thank you, David. That's very sweet of you.
It's genuine. I'm not just saying that for a laugh. Peter Sargent, you I could do without. No, I'm just kidding.
If this weren't going out over YouTube, you'd get a one-fingered salute at this point.
How you doing, Peter?
Good.
I love
enjoyed last night's show, by the way.
Oh, it was a good show. But I was just going to say, though, I actually love when you join Extra Hours. It's really, really nice seeing you on that show. Yeah, it's fantastic.
As I was telling Robert earlier, I have, though the evening time works better for me usually than I'm trying to get a 16-year-old granddaughter off to high school in the morning.
Oh, wow.
So
that's exciting.
In many ways.
Or not. Yes.
It's been a long time that I've had to take care of a teenager.
Reverend Mobley, how you doing, sir?
I'm fine, sir. I'm glad to be back. I've been on YouTube watching for the last 3 weeks, so I'm excited about being on camera.
You know, it's funny, Tony, because yes, it's having you on camera, but you're so present, even when you're on YouTube, in the chat and with questions, that it's like you're always here. It's fantastic. I love it.
Thank you.
Frank is where in the world is Frank this week?
I'm just in a boardroom next to my new building I'm temporarily lodged in.
Now, is that a Zoom room you're coming in on, or just a
sort of? It's a Logitech Rally Bar system.
Yeah, was that you, or did that do it on its own?
I muted myself.
Oh, okay, it zoomed. Okay, it's good. We're getting a nice bokeh effect behind you. Very nice. John Drinkwater, how you doing, sir?
I need a new office, obviously, because that looks really impressive, Frank.
Yeah, it does look nice. I agree. Oh, my Lord. Leo Mindell is hiding in the background. Last night, he was on a flight somewhere. I have no idea where he was going, but I hope he has arrived because he is on the... he's in here. And David Brady is in Times Square. What? Oh, David, if you're able to pop in to say hello, that would be fun. Good to see you. Okay, so here's the email, folks, that I just got. Dear valued Zoom customer, I'm not sure why I got this, by the way. We are up to, and I'm sorry I can't make this bigger. We are updating how, actually, I could probably do this, couldn't I? Can I do that? Yeah, that works. We are updating how captions and transcripts are handled in Zoom meetings, in Zoom meetings to clearly distinguish between live accessibility features, captions, and saved meeting records, transcripts. These updates are part of our ongoing effort to create a more consistent experience across Zoom. And then this is all kicking off May 18th. So that's about a week and a half away. So for the live captions, captions will continue to be available during meetings for real-time accessibility with the ability to scroll back to review captions from the past 3 minutes. Participants are unable to download captions for retention as a post-meeting asset. They will continue to appear when playing back recorded meetings in Zoom. Okay. Transcripts, on the other hand, which is retained meeting records. Transcripts are the recommended way to retain meeting audio as text after the meeting ends. When enabled, transcripts are generated and retained according to the updated meeting transcript settings described below. Meeting hosts can manage transcript availability during meetings, and participants can ask for access. This update makes meeting records more consistent across Zoom. So the settings are also going to be changing. So this is what it looks like now. Full transcript. Do we allow users to retain access, manage transcripts, and then captions down below? And this is what it's going to look like afterward. So basically, they just got rid of the captions thing, I think. That's what it looks like to me. Well, not really. They merged it. I see what they did here. And that's it. So these are going to start rolling out in the update that's coming on Monday. The update on Monday is required for these to start rolling out on May 18th. And that's that. I don't entirely know why this came in the form of an email as opposed to just in the meeting, the Zoom release notes. I don't use it. Peter, I can't hear you. We can't.
It may be as simple as the reason they explicitly called out accessibility features versus, right? Because I bet you most people who look at worry about accessibility features probably don't worry about release notes.
Yeah. Robert, what do you think?
I think they have a very good copywriter that's producing these emails, because it's actually the first time I've seen a release note that is legible, understandable from the offset. You read it and you understand what they're talking about, and you see what it was like and what it is going to be like in the future.
So Robert, just be clear, it's not a release note. I think that's the key. You're right. They probably had a good communications person write it this time. The release notes will probably look terrible when we see them.
Yeah, you're right. Agreed.
Any other thoughts on what's going on? Hey, Leo, good to see you.
Hi, sorry, I haven't even tested my microphone, so I have no idea if it's actually working.
You sound fantastic. Where are you?
Better than I did yesterday.
For an airport, it wasn't too bad.
Back home now.
So any other thoughts? Does this
So I'm going to go on the comment that Robert said that this isn't a release note, and probably it's going to be for one of two reasons in my head. One is somebody else has got a competitive reason for them to be doing this, so they're trying to bump up something that they're missing and make a bit of a splash about it. The second thing is, with accessibility, and I'm going to defer to Peter and both Robert on this a bit more than me, but the whole point is there's accessibility when you're live, which is, let me call it minimum requirements. So, but it's not necessarily the nicest version. And then what happens afterwards? So transcripts are a good example. The number of times I sit there and watch live captioning, and it's, if you need the captions, it's working for you, but it's not verbatim what was maybe said, and then you get the transcript later. That's my feeling. Am I off? I don't know.
Well, what is so currently you can also export the chat? Is that
You've been able to export the chat.
I
So
don't
when
mean
you
the chat.
save,
No, wait, I didn't mean chat. The
mean transcript.
captions. No, I know you could. I know you could do transcript. I'm trying to understand what's different now. Can you now export the captions? Is that what they're
because
trying
when
to get rid
you,
of?
I think, maybe I'm wrong here. You can get the transcript out literally the minute the meeting finishes, but you can get I think, I may be wrong, but I think there's a transcript you can get later, which is saved in your saved thing, which is for want of saying polished or more AI'd, and it's worked out that actually, oh look, we've realised that this thing called Paskin is not something, it's a person, and we've linked up the names against the people who are in the meeting or something, and it's a nicer, cleaner version. I may be wrong.
Oh, this is interesting. Also, the transcript has who was speaking. Captions just has what was said.
Correct.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely
spoken.
right. That's absolutely true.
Frank is sharing that in the chat. That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Not Frank. Good clicks.
Anyway,
John.
somebody
John.
is.
Ray.
No, Ray. Oh my God. I'm so
Ray
old.
Harwood, yes, Ray Harwood.
Hey,
Thank
you
you.
haven't
Sorry,
got off
Ray.
you haven't got off an 11-hour flight from San Diego. You haven't.
You know
got
what the
an
problem is?
excuse.
I'm going to be honest with you. I said this last night. These are new glasses, and I can't see a thing. My brain has not adjusted to them, and so I'm I can't focus. I can't think. It's ridiculous. Ray Harwood, thank you. That's a very, very good point. Yeah.
But it is. They've got different needs. So when I'm following a live meeting, the transcript that happens, and if we all turn it on now, I think I saw it's on anyway, isn't it? I think you turned it on. Show caption, so I've got it now looking there. Actually, that's telling me that I'm talking. So if somebody else could talk.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
So that's showing that you're talking, David. So it is actually, I don't know what's going out to YouTube, but in the meeting, it is putting them against the person. If you've got captions turned on.
So show captions. Okay.
Under more,
wait, this
show
is
captions.
Wait a second. This is what just happened. Check this out. This is a whole new.
I don't think it is.
No, look at. So, what is?
That's
I turned on captions and I've got this.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's a bar.
But I didn't set that up. I didn't.
No, it's by default. Somebody turned it on, and then you can play around with it. So you can green screen this out. I did this years ago. I used, because Google had a product to do this, and so we would actually put by the side of when I used to do WordPress meetups, we would have a whopping great big screen captioning everything, and it was going live, and we were able to put it out for accessibility reasons. Because if any of you've worked in the WordPress world, you'll know that accessibility is a key driver.
So, sorry, I got thrown because I don't remember setting up the color change. But
no, I've never seen the color change either. But there's two sides. There's the captions and the transcript, and the transcript is a different. Now click on the show transcript.
Yeah.
More show transcript. It's one of the options. That looks like a much slower. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're both the same. I don't know. Maybe it's
look
one
like
of those.
They're going in the same way. But and while you said that there are names attached, I see the icon of the person, but I don't see the name. The name I always
Are you
see
doing
in
the transcript?
Yeah,
but when you download the file,
they come in the file.
They're time-stamped. So a lot of the products that are used for podcast recording, like Riverside and StreamYard, etc., give you a transcript, and then you edit against the transcript. Now, so you would highlight that whole sentence and go on, yeah, Leo's talking absolute rubbish, highlight whole sentence, delete, and it's done.
Right.
That's
and also Ray from YouTube is telling us to look at the click notes on the upper right from Ray. So notes in itself, notes when you're in there.
Yeah,
click
hold
on
I'm coming
notes.
back.
This is an interesting thing. In the last, I'm going to say 3 weeks, every time I open something up that can do broadcasting, and it doesn't even have to be Zoom, I get a notification on my bar on my Mac to say Zoom can note take or something. Is that related? Is that related to this, or am I just off on another Zoom?
It's related to Zoom Notes, and that's what David is. Did you find it, David, or no?
Well, there are a few.
I never know how to launch it. Is it under?
This is the transcript button.
It looks like a pencil scribbling
right.
on the top
This is the
right-hand corner.
notes. So use meeting transcript, auto start for future meetings.
Use meetings. Start taking notes. Yeah. So I've been disabling this on certain meetings. So where I run town hall meetings in politics, we've been disabling this because it's caused us a bit of, let's say, information leak.
Oh, there we go.
Information leak. So you've now got 3 lots of note. How many times?
So this is so the transcript. So if you just want to see the transcript, you can open that up.
Okay.
I guess. I'm not sure why you would need captions and Oh, here comes Ray. He's
Okay,
I bet
you.
But then the notes, and now we've played with notes before. What's nice about the notes is that I can mark this moment, and then when I go back through my notes, I'll be able to basically find that moment in the chat.
Okay. I bet one of these, I'm deferring to Robert or Peter here. One of these will probably auto-translate as well.
Exactly. That I was just waiting to come on to that.
Thank you, Robert.
The captions.
I'll pass it to you. There you go. Over
the
to
captions.
You,
the captions are auto-translated into multiple languages depending on your license that you have,
right?
And what has been.
So
selected.
I'm just going to translate you into Italian.
Okay.
See what happens.
Good for you. And the good thing about your translated captions is you are probably the only person who's going to see those translated captions in Italian, because they don't go out to everyone. So if there are multiple people on the event, they can each select the language that they want to see.
No,
the
it's
right.
not doing it.
I now turned on the captions to Hebrew.
Yep. And
right.
Yes,
because you're a host, everyone who's not a host is seeing Hebrew.
Hebrew. Yeah, that's it. I'm seeing Hebrew now.
Yeah.
Wait.
Including YouTube. Please change it at your earliest convenience.
Well, wait a second. So when I change it for myself, it changed for everyone?
You changed it as a host.
Can you change it to French or Spanish? Or Spanish would be good, because then some people on here will be able to tell us if we're coming out in.
Are you sure I want to change the caption language? Yes.
Yeah, so now we're in Spanish. No, that's not in Spanish.
David.
Hablo española?
I said it to Spanish. Oh, there we go. No, you just said hola. No, okay.
I didn't. I said a bit more than that. But anyway.
Oh, wait. Now it's set to Polish.
Okay.
Why is it set to Polish?
I don't know. It's now in Polish.
I'm changing it to
now
Spanish.
It is now writing in Polish.
No, I'm seeing it in English. I'm seeing it in English.
I'm seeing English also.
The Poliski was. I saw something that was in Polish there. The Poliski I saw, but now it's gone.
Someone's changing the captioning. Who is co-host?
Exactly.
Okay.
Hold on.
Right. So one person needs to do this. So can we? Yeah. Let's.
The only person who's co-host is Mike. Mike, did you change the captions?
I'm not touching a thing because I'm watching what you guys are doing on YouTube, and you guys are changing it all over the place.
All right. So here I am, right? I'm going into the little doohickey here. Caption language. It keeps defaulting to Polish. Look at that.
I changed it to Polish. So
you changed it to Polish?
Yeah, I did that initially.
So I wonder if
I
But
also
now I'm
wonder
speaking
if we need the
Spanish.
license.
David, there's something wrong here. You don't have a translation language. What we are setting here is the language that is being spoken and is live captioning that
Yeah.
language. So in the option where you have the translated captions, you get the spoken language and you get the language you want to read the captions in. So it's different. It's a different
Right, but
setup.
caption language, to me, that says the language I want to read it in. The language I
No.
want the captions to be in.
Yeah, but the meeting needs to be in that same language for it to caption in that language, because
So
it's not
someone
doing any
speak in
translation.
Spanish and let's see if it does it. No, better yet, hold on, I'm going to switch back to Hebrew, and because let's see if it actually picks it up.
Yeah. See what
Okay,
happens
shalom. See, now it changed to Hebrew. But even
Yeah.
though I'm speaking in English, look at this.
It
It's
is.
still, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not real Hebrew though.
It's interpreting your English as if it were Hebrew, but it's not.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not real Hebrew.
Okay. So change it back to.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
really strange.
It's not
though,
even
that,
interpreting, David. It's doing a phonetic version in Hebrew of what
Yeah.
you're saying in English.
So
Yeah.
now I changed it to Spanish.
And nothing's changed.
So interesting. Does anyone know Spanish?
I will also update you guys what you guys are doing to YouTube too. So there's going to be another segment portion to this too. So keep going. And of course, we're getting all kinds of things of change it to Klingon.
I can't believe
David Brady.
Right. So, David, you're in Florida. You should speak Spanish.
I know. I'm the only person in my building who doesn't speak in my office who doesn't speak Spanish. It's
Hablo
embarrassing.
española.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, but that's all that is captioning phonetically, as Robert said. That's not.
No, it's not. It put
Yeah, it is.
if you look at what it did, it put the twiddly over española.
Okay,
which
so
you
it's
wouldn't have.
smart, but it's still not. It's not actually Spanish. If it were captioning in Spanish, it would be
Okay.
I think translating. No, am I
No,
wrong?
there's a difference between the caption language,
and
in other words, and translated captions. Yeah. So the captions language is what it's assuming you're speaking in that language, and it's writing it in that language. So it's actually writing Spanish phonetically from what it hears at the moment. But if you do speak in Spanish, it'll write it properly. And I saw the accents on the letters, so it chose the right letters and it said it properly.
Can we do Polish? Can you say something? I'm going to change it to Polish and let's see if it. Go ahead.
Dobrze. Dzień dobry wszystkim. Witam serdecznie na tym spotkaniu I it's absolutely 100% spot on.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
So so I have a real world use of this. So what I do is I attend a meeting that's in Italian every month. And what I use at the moment is I use the Google Translate. But Google Translate on a Chrome browser enables you to enable it to do it live on something that's running through the browser. So it can do it and it will translate. I'm watching the show, it's converting it into English.
But there is a Zoom translated captions license. So if you do buy that license, then it will translate it in the captions in the meeting.
Right.
So you can do that automatically. You don't have to go through a third party. Or better still, if you're using Tiles, you can take it out of Tiles. And this is Zoom graphics toolkit. Take it out of Zoom's graphics toolkit, and that's what I do. I throw those translated captions on a big screen during meetings where I don't have live interpretation.
Is mentioning on YouTube, hi by the way, that regular translated caption changes the language for everyone in the meeting. And what's fascinating to me about that is that if anyone can change the language, then that just sounds chaotic to me, and it seems to be the case.
Okay, so I'm going to try and change it to Hebrew. Only because I've got no
And then I'll just
control.
continue her thought. She says the paid add-on for translated captions in Zoom allows each person to set their own caption language for themselves.
Yeah, but that's exactly what I'm saying. What we're doing over here is not a translation option. I don't know
Right.
why you don't have the translation option for captions, David, to be very honest, because you have got the business license. So there's,
Yeah, but
there's something you haven't ticked.
no, but he says that Ray says that it's Business Plus. It comes with
Included
Business
in
Plus.
Business Plus at no
Yeah.
charge. I believe a regular
Okay.
business license does not include translated captions, and it's $50 a year per user.
That's correct. I have a Business Plus, so this is what I use. I didn't realize that yours isn't Business Plus, Dave.
In fact, I switched from my business license with Zoom Phone over to my Business Plus license. I got a couple of things that I don't use, like Zoom Calendar and Mail, but I also got Zoom translated captions, and my monthly price went down by something like $2. So if you're interested in Zoom translated captions and you have translated captions and Zoom Phone, it's a no-brainer deal to go over to Business Plus. Saves you a few bucks and bundles them all in one license.
Yeah. But David, can I just go back to the notes, what we started off with, transcripts and notes?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I noticed something, if I can just share my screen, I noticed something new as we logged in today. Let me just see if I can share this with you. Yes, I can. If you look at the the Zoom Workplace app, we've got a new icon there that says notes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's been there for a little bit.
Has it? I've never noticed it. I just noticed
Yeah.
it today.
Yeah, a few weeks.
It's
been
different. It's different now. There is that little pencil icon in the upper right-hand corner of your Zoom window. And if you click on that and then click on the sort of the pull down of that of Start My Notes, it immediately begins grabbing the captions, puts that in a window, and when you get done, it will create a complete synopsis here, even if it's not your meeting. To me, that's the big deal. If you are doing a cloud recording, you will get the captions in the cloud recording. But this is live. To me, this is Zoom trying to take over what that, I can't remember what the name of the company was that everybody complained about. They couldn't get this thing to stop joining their sessions and stuff like that.
the
Started with an F.
Note taker.
the note, yeah, one of all the different note takers. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
this
I think-
is Zoom's really answer to all of that. That then puts all this in your new hub as well. All of the notes and the script, and you know, even an agenda. I joined the Zoom community meeting yesterday, and it was the first meeting I ever joined that actually had an agenda, and that popped right up as soon as the meeting started. It included the agenda and everything, so it was pretty cool.
The thing I noticed though, that whole, when I open up Ecamm, sometimes that whole Zoom can take notes appears as well.
Well, that
Even
doesn't make
without Zoom
sense
open.
because notes aren't
Even
in
without
Ecamm
Zoom.
for Zoom.
Sorry, even without Zoom open.
No, but notes, I don't believe the new notes are in the SDK, or they haven't been updated in.
Okay,
Ecamm
I'll have
yet,
to remember to look next time. But I know that I've seen that the Zoom can take notes of whatever I was doing has popped up outside of Zoom.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so David,
Ray,
I-
could
I-
you just sorry,
Yeah,
Ray,
go
could you just repeat what you said, because I didn't catch it quite. Are you saying that if I'm in the Zoom Workplace app and I've been invited to a meeting, but I'm not attending that meeting, and I click on the notes icon, then I can actually see the transcript from that meeting and make notes?
No, this is not the notes icon that you were looking at, the big notes icon. This is in the Zoom meeting space in the upper
Yeah.
right-hand corner, not in Workplace.
Okay, this one I know, because this is contextually applies to the meeting we're in, if you're in the Zoom app. But in the Zoom Workplace app, we also have this icon. And I just clicked on it now, and it's actually pulling up the transcript from our meeting.
That's because you are in the meeting. If you were not in that meeting, you would not get it. This is your notes, Robert. And the fact that it's doing it in the meeting, it's also doing it in the Zoom workplace. I mean, that really is where everything is designed to live.
Uh-huh.
So when it creates your synopsis, it will do it here in this window. It'll be in your notes in workplace as well.
And
Okay,
in fact, when you're in a meeting and you have notes open, like so I opened my notes about 10 minutes ago. Now the icon in workplace, now says return to note.
Yeah, I can see that.
Note. Yeah,
I can see that. But my question is, if I leave this meeting, will I continue seeing the transcript and the notes from the Zoom Workplace app?
I believe the answer is no, because it is doing that off of the audio into your notes. And when you're no longer having the audio, I don't think it'll do that. It's interesting to me. I haven't really tested this to see, is this captioning transcription stuff actually being done in the Zoom cloud and pushed to everybody? In which case, if you did drop from the meeting, it could still go to your notes, but I don't think it will.
Okay, I'm just going to leave and come back and we'll figure this one out.
I was waiting for that. I knew that was coming. Yeah.
Well, we'll see Robert in a bit, but I did want to make sure that everybody understands that. Again, when we went to different languages, certain languages did, because Zoom is actually burning in the closed captioning into. Let me just let Lois in here.
I got her.
Yeah. No, okay. So when it comes to the closed captioning that is being sent from Zoom, when they burn it in, do take into consideration, especially when David was sending Hebrew, that you were not getting. You just basically came up as squares, right? So, John, David, you got him? Did Robert in?
Yeah, I got him. So is it not burned in then? I'm a little confused.
It is burned in,
but if it's using a font set that does not include Hebrew to burn it in, it will burn in squares.
Yeah,
interesting.
So basically, it's because of what Zoom is using as their encoder. Because you got to remember, there's still encoding that has to get done. There's still RTMP coming from Zoom. No matter if however we're doing the RTMP still is coming from Zoom. In today's case, David's using the app, or you did it through the app today, David?
Yeah.
Okay, so you did it through the app today. So it's using the app integration, but that's still an RTMP that is coming from Zoom to YouTube. Right. So in that RTMP feed, they are pre-burning in the captions.
Right, it's interesting to me that level. They wouldn't be using a font that would work.
Well, but again, the encoder has to know what the font is.
I know that, but I mean, I don't know. This maybe I'm wrong here, but this doesn't seem like an insurmountable problem. That if especially forget Hebrew, for Mandarin or Chinese. I mean,
if chances are those don't work either, is what I'm saying, is that there is a very limited.
I know, and I'm saying I don't understand that. The encoder that seems like a problem. Yeah. Lois, hold on 1 second. Let's just get the verdict from Robert.
Okay. As soon as I logged out, my notes closed, so I was thrown out of the notes. And then I got a message that the transcript is being generated, and that appeared in my hub on the Zoom Workplace app. And then I logged in again, and it didn't automatically continue. I had to restart my notes, and it restarts from the moment I joined, so I don't have the history.
So it's using as Ray said, it's using audio, but it's interesting that it doesn't keep the previous audio that it had heard. It's treating this almost as if it's a new meeting.
Well, Robert, did you lose your prior history that was there?
No, I haven't lost my prior history, but my notes now.
That gap, you missed the gap. Yeah.
I missed the gap, and the notes that I have now is like a new note.
Oh, I'm sorry. So you still do have the old notes?
I have the old notes. I didn't delete them. Yeah.
Okay. I thought you lost those also. Okay. So but again, it still is treating this as a separate meeting for you.
Yeah,
I'm going to disappear a bit, and then you've got Lois, but I'm going to just say goodbye to you all, and see you all soon. A bit
See you later.
Sleep well.
Yeah, and I just wanted to, before we go to Lois, that David's right, that again, for Hebrew, you have to make sure that you have the UTF-8 or ISO 8859-8, which is the actual font capability in the actual encoder itself, to make sure that it understands that it is Hebrew-based font that is being sent out as a closed captioning.
Right.
It is basically the encoder software that they're using.
Well,
That
and my only
for
point is
each-
it. And my only point is that it's strange to me that I don't know what's involved in including that, but it's strange to me that a popular, forget Hebrew again, a popular language like Mandarin, maybe that is included, but it should be, is what I'm where I'm going. In any
I
case.
understood, but again,
Yeah.
it's based on whatever fonts that the encoder software has access
Yeah.
to that
Yeah,
it
I
can
gotcha.
change to on the fly. Because again, even when it was doing Polish, it would put Polish as English font.
Well, Polish. is
No, I
English,
don't
isn't it?
confirm that. That was the right font. I got the right fonts on my screen. I was looking at it. It was perfect.
On
So,
YouTube,
Robert, you have the
Robert?
right fonts on your laptop, on your computer.
On my computer. No, I wasn't looking at the YouTube stream.
No, I'm talking about strictly, I'm talking about the burned in YouTube stream.
It looked like
understood the
English
Polish
letters
word.
to me.
I'll go back and have a look.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
So-
English letters to me, but
Right. But again, the Polish language is not English letters, but it did
Oh.
anglophone the words from the Polish letters to English letters.
is that a
and then
real
put
word? Manglophone?
Anglophone.
Anglophone? That's a great
Anglophone?
word.
Yes. You
That's
learned
my
that
new-
if you've ever been in Quebec very often.
That's my new word for today. Lois, how you doing?
The opposite, David, is francophone.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
I am
Yes.
serious.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
Do you
I-
speak English or do you speak French?
Yeah. You're
And they are
either an
divided into
Anglophone or
two
you're Francophone.
classifications.
Yes.
Anglophone
Okay.
and francophone.
I love
Yes.
it.
And we have both, and I am both. So
Is there
there
a
you go.
polophone and like a hebaphone and like
That,
for all the
that
other,
just sounds bad.
mandophone? All right, Lois.
Well, I got back here first, but Robert.
Oh my goodness! Wait,
You're
we
on
can't
the
hear
wrong
you
mic.
at all.
You're on the wrong mic.
We can't, that yeah.
Okay, so
There
Robert
we
stole my
go.
thunder. I did exactly what he did. And to answer your question, the notes that exist are in my application. They're not here. It doesn't continue. It started over. Okay. Enough said.
Yeah. Okay. So where did we start with this? We started because they were changing the
You said you got a
That-
really interesting note.
the
You read it.
email. Yeah.
Your email.
So they're changing, I guess, and I guess that my takeaway from the email at least is that they don't want people, I guess, were using both the transcript and downloading captions. And their point is that captions, at least is how I see it, captions are for in meeting, transcript is for out of meeting.
There's another nuance, David, that we discussed probably, I don't know, could have been years ago, a long time ago. And that is with captions, if you really want to keep all of that record and you click save captions now, 20 minutes into the meeting, but you forget to click save captions before the meeting ends, you only get the most recent save. With transcript, it's saving all of that. And then I don't know whether it saves the audio and then regenerates it or that's too much at this point, but you really do get all of it automatically. And I think that's part of their, trying to keep up with the other meeting.
Ray,
notation.
can you just tell me where can you save the captions?
Well, it used to be in the little 3 dots right in the middle of the captions, but now you have to click on, oh, it's gone.
I've never seen that, to be very
You-
honest with you. The captions that we've stored were always from the recordings, and they were a special file that you could use for using the captions in different
if you
places.
say
Maybe I'm thinking
view-
about chat, not captions.
I
if
think
you
you're
say
thinking about
view-
chat.
Yeah. I think
View
you're right.
full captions in the upward arrow by the CC. That will open the thing on the side and then you can save it.
No, that's view full transcript.
Right.
No, but
And
that's
it's-
different. We're talking, those are different
The
things.
transcript, Okay. When a caption is created, it's also put in that transcript. Lois said this and you said that.
No, we understand that, but the email was distinguishing between captions and transcripts. So yes, we know you can always, from the full transcript, you can get that after the fact. What they're saying in this email is captions are available during meetings for real-time accessibility. You can scroll back for the past 3 minutes. You cannot download captions for a post-meeting asset. Maybe they've already implemented that. I don't know. They will continue to appear when playing back recorded meetings in Zoom. Transcripts are the way to retain meeting audio as text after the meeting ends. Meeting host. So it maybe this is not much more than just settings change, because it seems like you can't currently download captions.
Oh.
So I'm not sure why. It says here, if you previously relied on saved captions, you should use transcripts instead to retain meeting text.
But saved
So there was an
transcriptions comes
ability.
from the recording, not from the meeting itself. In other words, only the host had access to the saved captions.
There is an FAQ for this also that they link to. Captions are live accessibility feature. Users will no longer be able to save captions after a meeting ends. And then the settings that are being updated. In meeting full transcript, in meeting so there are settings right now. Maybe they're not in the meeting, but there are settings right now to
Will
save
be removed.
captions. Right. No,
Yeah.
right now they're there. In meeting full transcript, in meeting save captions.
Which I can't find at this point. So they may have already done it.
Setting and substitute meeting transcript. All right. I don't know. After the May 18th rollout, captions will no longer be savable or downloadable. It's interesting.
But what was interesting was the statement you made about 2 minutes ago, David. You were reading something that said that captions can be downloaded after the meeting ends.
I did.
Yeah.
So you're right. It says here,
And
captions will. So this is what will not be true. Participants cannot retain, save, or download captions as a post-meeting asset. That's what it says here.
That's a different statement. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still baffled by why they sent an email out about this change, and it must be that a lot of people rely on captions, on downloading or exporting captions as a post-meeting asset, but we can't figure out how to do it. So I'm not sure what to make of that.
well, that's why they sent it out, because now all you have to do is click transcript instead of captions.
Right.
And I still love the email. I think it's so legible and understandable and clear in its narrative.
It is.
Its messaging.
Written with care.
Yep, it is.
Or maybe it wasn't AI generated, and that's the difference. All of these support notes are AI generated.
Has anybody?
I'm sorry.
David, here's something for you. Have you read the release notes for Workplace?
That's where I was going next. Yeah.
The very top item on there is, I don't know, pretty interesting to me.
So here are our release notes. This is for May 11th. So on Monday, that's when we get our releases. So we have a few different things here. Let's go ahead and go through. So show or hide. This is not the thing you were talking about, I don't think.
No.
Was really
Actually,
interesting.
I'm thinking of the release notes for Canvas.
For Canvas.
Yes.
Oh no, wait a second. How do I get to those? Release notes, Zoom Canvas. Here we go.
There you go.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Read that first line right there.
Zoom Docs has been Zoom provides up-to-date release notes for Zoom Canvas, formerly Zoom Docs. Zoom Docs has been rebranded as Zoom Canvas. As part of this rebranding, associated web settings, descriptions, prompts, and other mentions are updated to be aligned with the new name. Zoom Canvas.
Wah.
Well, no, I'm not sure it's wah wah wah. Why do you think that is, Ray?
Somebody in marketing kind of went, Docs is kind of generic. We need another name. And wait, let's just use Canva. I don't know. If it was me, I would have said e-parchment or something. I don't know. Made a real brand out of it.
Huh. Yeah.
I associate the word canvas with graphics tools. It just doesn't click in my head at all that it's
mixes word use again. There's too many uses of the word session and event and
let's talk about Hub too for that
There's
matter.
an educational product. There's an educational product called Canvas, and it's just been hacked. So this is not very good timing for Zoom to change to that name.
It's just been hacked, really?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
And there's a big hoo-ha going on at the moment because people are seeing Canvas and then thinking it's Canva, and Canva saying, no, we haven't been hacked. But it's an educational tool. It's in all the newsy type things if you search for it.
There's another big change coming, or at least that's the way they make it sound. Here are the transcripts and captions thing that we were talking about. But then down here, introducing the new Zoom chat experience. Zoom is introducing a new Zoom chat experience because they haven't done this too many times. Across Zoom Workplace, The updated experience brings a refreshed look along with a range of usability improvements designed to support more efficient everyday workflow. Now, just to be clear, this is not in meeting chat, I don't think.
No, this is within Workplace.
Right. This is Zoom chat. So we get a
what used
modernized.
to be called Zoom Team Chat is now Zoom Chat. Yeah.
Right. So we get updated navigation structure and improved visual hierarchy, an enhanced composed experience, unified expression picker, bulk message forwarding, inline attachments, quick actions, merged shared spaces section, and a whole bunch of other. And now Zoom chat is being taken out of this, and it will only be in release notes for Zoom chat, which I presume is going to be nope. So the upcoming release notes are not on the Zoom chat release notes page.
Yeah, and David, go back to that because there was an important note that you almost didn't show us there.
Wait, where'd it go? Oh, I think I have to. Let's find it. Where is it? Meeting features. Sorry, here it is. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, read that last set one. Note.
Yep. Zoom chat will roll out by May 28th. Why do they hit free customers first? Is that because they figure it's safer because they're not using it for mission critical things? And so if it breaks, then
in a sense, I would say yes, because if it blows up, you're not paying for it, so
right.
You have nothing to complain about.
But that's an interesting statement because I wouldn't imagine a free user using this version of chat.
Zoom Workplace chat. Yeah. It's interesting.
Does anyone here use it for on their business licenses? I don't.
Ray does.
Use Zoom chat?
Yeah.
Constantly.
All the time.
Not yet.
All the time.
Yeah.
I'm looking at David.
I'm feeling a little FOMO. I know.
I'm looking at David and I'm thinking, you're like me. We do it in Google, don't we?
I know. And I'm feeling a little guilty. I am.
I can't get rid of that mic. I mean, I have a chat in a meeting, and the next thing I know, the chat carries on outside the meeting, and it follows me everywhere.
Oh yeah, it's
apparently it just goes on and on and on.
Yeah. Endless conversations between John and I. So if I have it so right now I've had conversations in private with John. That's now gone to our Zoom chat. And now we could actually talk about it offline after the meeting. If there was this, that keeps going on and on and on.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
just
been
got a
really
Zoom chat from
organizational for
Arm,
us.
So
I
Yeah.
think this comes, for me at least, I think Zoom chat comes back to my perpetual issue of not having any friends. You know, if I worked in an org with other people and we needed to have those persistent conversations, then I think this would be completely meaningful. But because I don't, because when I host Zoom meetings, they're generally speaking, they're one-off. So I don't need that persistent chat experience. So maybe that's why.
There may be something else to it, because if you're like me, David, and you use the Google chat, then the Google chat is actually associated with all of the people I have in my email address book. While in Zoom, you'd have to have that address book of some sort, apart from the being in an org that is using it as standard.
Truth is, I don't use Google Chat either, though. I use Slack for some of my organizations are on Slack. Some of them are on Discord.
But
Yeah.
Robert, I would, to your point, go, the people that I use Zoom chat with are associated with an org. They're associated with Zoom. And so I've got John and I've got Mike and I've got you and I've got Erm and I've got a couple of clients who use Zoom fairly frequently enough, and they know that's the easiest way to reach me if they've got a quick question.
Yeah. And on top of that too, John and I do most of our correspondence about our shows. I'm not doing meetings with John. Remember, John's in the UK. I'm in Canada. How do we organize our shows every week? Zoom chat.
Right. And look, there are different tools for different, for Lois and I and others, we use Discord.
Yeah. The only reason I don't use Zoom chat is that I don't have the Zoom Workplace on all the time, because it occupies so much memory in my computer that I switch it off. I don't load it automatically when I start up my computer, because I use other tools.
And if you're using one of the API implementations in Ecamm or Mimo or vMix, then you never have to have the desktop app open.
Right.
So I never have it open. So it's for me, it's out of sight, out of mind, I think. It's the biggest issue.
But again, just remember that Zoom chat is included in your license. So you are actually not utilizing a feature that you could. That you could be paying somebody else for.
I'm not utilizing a lot of features that I could. I've got a ton of features that I'm not using. Sure. Absolutely.
And also our private message now, David, is archived for history books now. So if you go to your Zoom chat in Workplace now, you'll see that, yes, I am your friend.
I just got a new notification. These 10 people, oh, wait a second. May 1st. It's not today. Oh, that was last week.
So basically, David, there's probably a ton of people that are actually been trying to get a hold of you via Zoom chat, and you just don't. You're all sitting there going,
I've just been ignoring
me. Does he not want me to be you, my friend?
There are way too many places to leave messages for people.
Yeah.
I mean, I get messages from the genealogy group I'm in, and from the Flickr, and from here. I mean, what I would like is to have one place that would just collect them all up together. And I just have one place to look. But
there are tools that do that.
Welcome to Zoom Contact Center.
Yeah, there are tools that do that. I mean, I wasn't thinking of Zoom Contact Center, but yes, but there are. But so real quick, I just noticed. So I'm in the app, and in my chat, I have starred, chats, channels, and meeting chats, and all the meetings, because I'm signed in as Zoom Test Kitchen right now. There's today's, all the Zoom Test Kitchens are there, including today's, and I can see the live chat going on in our meeting. Mike sent me a private chat. It is not contained under meeting chats, even though it took place in this meeting.
Right, but it went to your David Paskin account. It did not go to your Zoom Test Kitchen account.
No. It went to my Zoom Test
Okay.
Kitchen because you messaged
Okay.
me in this meeting, and in this meeting, I'm logged into Zoom Test Kitchen. So it
Oh,
went
okay.
to my Zoom Test Kitchen account, but it came over under chats. So if I let me bring this up again, right? So here's my window here. Sorry, everything seems a little cluttered, but I've got starred chats, channels, meeting chats. So if I open meeting chats, this is the meeting that we're in right now, and I'm getting the live chat right here. Your chat, and this makes sense. I'm not complaining. It was a personal chat, but it did happen during this meeting. It's not contained in meeting chats like in a sub, personal or whatever private.
Right.
It's up here under
because
chats.
you may give access to lots of people to that resource,
Right,
that meeting
right,
chat.
right.
So
And
that's
you
the
wouldn't want
public
that.
meeting chat.
Yep.
So you are right.
And I don't think, do me a favor, Mike, send me another a private message, because I don't think that this lit up saying, hey, you have a chat, check it out. Oh, it did. Okay, I was wrong. Oh, wait a second, but look at that. I did nothing. So this is interesting. All right, so I'm in the meeting.
If you click on the chats, David, and twirl that down, the most recent one should be at the top.
No, it is. But here's where I'm going. So bear with me here. So I'm in the meeting chat, right? I have Mike as the live chat, right? This is the everyone chat. This is the Mike chat. So because I have this live, as soon as he sends me a private message, go ahead, Mike, it's going to show up here for a split second, and then it's going to automatically unnotify because it assumes that I'm seeing it in the meeting chat. It's there and it's gone.
So if you switch to the full meeting chat over on the other window,
now it'll stay persistent because it doesn't assume that I've seen it. I bet. I'm not sure, but I bet. Go ahead, send me another message.
Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike.
Yeah. Anytime. There you go. And another message. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's persistent.
Yeah.
And it's flagged it on your icon.
On both.
Right.
Both.
Right. Here and here. It's just interesting because, we've talked a lot about this chat experience, and I continue to feel frustrated by it. I don't always see when things come up here, but I didn't even realize I had switched over here to chat with him. I didn't even realize that I hadn't switched back, and I didn't even see his chat when. It's just interesting. It's challenging. They're trying to have the same or a similar experience in two really different contexts, in a persistent context and in real-time context. And it's challenging, I think.
So David, a question on, you have up there in your little list, chats and meeting chats. Is the meeting chats the same thing as if I'm in a meeting and I open the chat window? Is that meeting chats?
Exactly.
So you're seeing all of the public ones. And then how does it distinguish between the public ones and your private ones?
So the private ones, as I said, they're not in meeting chats. They come in as just chats.
You just said they went into meeting chats.
No. So the anything that is a general chat message. So for example, Tamara just sent a message in the general everyone chat channel, and that showed up right here in my meeting chats. If Tamara were to write me a personal message, a private message, or anyone would write me a private message, it would show up under chats, not meeting chats.
So if I send you a private message outside of the meeting, that goes in your personal chats, right?
Correct. Actually,
So
Lois,
if
do me a
I'm
favor.
in the meeting and I send you a private chat.
Yeah, go ahead and do that, because I don't know that you and I are connected on Zoom, so I'm curious to see what the experience is.
Let's see if I can do that. I can't do that because, oh, wait a minute. Let's try that. There we go. Okay.
So Tamara just sent me this is interesting. So Tamara sent me a private message and it didn't come over, and Lois did too. So this is my in-meeting chat. Now I'm not connected to either of them in Zoom, meaning Zoom Test Kitchen is not connected to either of them. Lois and Tamara both sent me private messages, and they did not come into this experience over here.
Because I'm not your friend.
Right.
Huh.
Here
You're not an added contact. Yeah.
Right.
Right. And David, here's another wrinkle is I sent you a private message a little bit earlier, but it was to your David Paskin account.
Yep.
So it would not show up in this because you're logged into the Zoom Test Kitchen account.
Right. Right. Now you can see that there is one here, and that's because Mike just sent me another message. Yep.
If they all appeared in your chat, then it would just overload. So only those people that you've made as contacts in Zoom for the system are going to be seen in your group chat.
That makes it, what you just said makes a lot. That makes a lot of sense. It is. I do think it's a shame though that I will lose access to Tamara's chats and Lois's chats after this meeting because we're not connected.
Yeah. So what you need to do is click on their icon.
Okay.
In the participant list. There you go.
There we are. That's it. And add a contact, and then they will get an invitation. And if they accept the invitation, which I'm sure they will, because you're a nice chap, you will then be able to talk to them continuously.
So you actually don't even have to click on their icon, just so everyone knows. If you go to their chat, either go to their chat, or if I just, where is she? If I go to Tamara Pika and I just hover over her, I can add contact.
That's what you want.
And Tamara and Lois, feel free to ignore these. These are just from the Zoom Test Kitchen. But so now I've sent. Oh, that's interesting. It says she's offline. Oh, that has nothing to do.
Yeah, well, she may like you. She may be using a different account.
I haven't seen any invitation.
Yeah, David. And also, offline is based on what you've got. You could actually put yourself offline all the time.
Right, even though you're in a meeting. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And
That's just
that's
sort of a don't bother me message. Yeah.
What you can do
There's
those
another
two,
nuance. Another nuance I'd like to mention is you said that you would lose the direct chat between you and Tamara and you and Lois. And the answer is no, because the chat that is saved locally on your computer includes your private messages.
Oh, so if I save the chat.
Yes.
But as a reminder, and I think this is what you said about captions, if I click save chat now, it's only going to save up until this moment. So you have to remember to save it, right?
Well, wait a minute.
Or you can have the setting that it always records it all at the end.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because mine does. I don't have to wait till the end to tell it.
Sorry, where is
that? But that also, don't forget, that also depends if you own the meeting or not. Because if you don't own the meeting, then you need to probably save the chat, because they're not going to let you save the chat.
Yep.
Or they may not let you save the chat. You've got to watch the settings.
You can record or save the chat in the cloud when you, as the host, and you can preset that. But how do you set a meeting to automatically save the chat locally?
I have this feeling it's probably a workplace setting somewhere. Let's go find it.
Let me pull up settings, see if I can find anything.
But Lois said she does it, so this is really a question to you.
While I'm pulling this up, can someone help? Both Lois and Tamara cannot find the invitation that I just sent.
So you have to be in Zoom chat, in the Zoom chat window under Workplace, and look for...
Be in the app, not the meeting. Got it.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
That contact request comes through Zoom chat in Workplace, and there is typically somewhere in there external requests. I'm looking for the right...
Yeah. I'm looking for it too, Ray. I know which one you're talking about because I've had some recent ones too.
Meeting. Okay.
David, if you just search for chat, there's a whole load of options that you can then see, including auto-save chat.
Yes. So there's so while we're looking for that stuff, let's take a look over here. This is meeting chat settings.
In meeting basic and meeting chat autosave.
So by default, allow participants to chat with everyone and anyone directly. Allow users to copy or save chats from the meeting. That's not the save button. That's, I think, is copy individual chats. Allow users to access meeting chats before and after the meeting. That's not this. Allow participants,
continuous meeting chat.
Right. Allow participants to delete messages. Allow participants to edit messages. Enable a screenshot feature. Allow participants to use emojis. Meeting chat direct messages. Meeting chat autosave. Automatically save chat messages to a local file on the host's computer when the meeting ends.
Yes. With that, you don't lose anything once the meeting is over if you didn't save chat until
right, but that's just the host.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's just the host.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting. It doesn't look like individuals can save.
No, you can't. You can't auto save as individuals. You have to ask. You have to have permission allowed and then save it.
Because I get those with other people's meetings, I believe. I don't know. Now I'm going to have to test it.
Interesting.
I don't know. I've never come across that an option to autosave chats locally for the individual attendees of a meeting, where they'll get all of their private messages in the save document. You have to do it manually. Click.
What is this this thing here? It's all over the place. The setting meeting chat won't apply to the continuous meeting chat in Zoom chat before and after the meeting. Just during the meeting, participants can still send messages through Zoom chat that won't be subject to this setting. And that's set for all of these. I don't.
Okay. Yeah. And when you guys are ready, I found how Lois and Tamara can actually find the
well, actually, Lois, did you see it or no?
I have followed all the little red dots and there's nothing there.
Okay, go ahead.
I mean,
Mike.
it looks like there should be, but there isn't. Okay, so Lois, there should be at the top of where your team chat is. You should see like all at No, wait a minute.
symbol.
Let's go back. Team chat. What are you talking about? Are we in the app or in the meeting?
In workplace meeting.
In the meeting.
The workplace app. The workplace app.
Okay, so I'm in the app. I have home, meeting, notes, mail, and then some dots, and I have contacts, and I have chat.
Okay, so click on chat.
Chat. Okay.
Okay. Now at the very top, you'll have there should be a 3 dot on the left-hand side.
Yep.
Choose external.
Okay.
There it is. And in there now,
nothing there. Totally empty.
Right. Now you should have external contacts. You should have contact requests.
There are nothing in there. It is absolutely blank. You want me to share screen?
Yeah, I would say probably that'd be best.
Okay.
Do you want me to? I can show you one that's working.
Okay. So if I go to get back out where I was. 3 dots, chat, into here, go over to here, find the external.
Go to contacts.
And I click.
No, Lois, go to contacts, please.
That is chat.
Yeah, don't go there. Go to contacts.
Go to contacts. Okay. Contacts.
Yeah.
There we go.
I've got a. Yeah. Now at the top of the contacts, you should have all contacts starred, and then underneath that it would say contact requests, and that's where it would appear.
It's absolutely empty, John. There's nothing there.
Okay. Okay.
You can see it on the screen. And those are the only 2 red dots, the chat and the contacts. So I don't know where his invitation went, but it didn't come to me.
No, Lois, it's there. That red dot means you have something that's
that red dot is showing
there. So it's for some reason it's not opening, but it is there. Can you maximize your screen? Make it the full size of your screen, that your workplace app, or stretch it out even a little bit?
Mine was in the left-hand side, all the way down. It says contacts is one of the choices.
Ah.
It was there.
Yep, there it
Not
is. So
through
you
dots
had
or
it-
anything.
You had it too small.
It was too small.
Yep.
All right.
And now if you go to external or contact request rather, you'll see it from me.
Okay.
I will say that's a
That is
tremendous amount of
impressive.
work to accept a request. That was, it could be easier. I mean, that was at least 5 clicks and having to stretch a window.
Okay.
Like
But David,
in your workplace app,
Mhm.
there should be some sort of notification right there on the home screen that says, "Hey, someone wants to connect with you."
Well, it does have red dots.
Yeah, that's true.
It does have red dots.
But there was no indication why your screen was blank. I mean, you
No, that
right.
and why would I assume that making it narrow would make it go away?
Right.
I mean, let's see how narrow it can get before it goes away.
It may not be a size thing. Honestly, it may be just it needed a refresh or something, and stretching the screen refreshed it.
Okay. I'm stopping the share now.
Thank you, everyone, for helping us figure that out. Hey, John.
Yeah, I think some of the challenges are that when you're doing this for an organization or a group, hopefully you go through some training and setup. With the groups that I'm working with, where we've established where the communication channels are, we've had our own coaching sessions how to do, because we had to transfer people who were used to either Outlook, which has a very poor Outlook in my part, Google, email, and then the various chats. So anytime you move from one system to another, there's a friction. What I see Zoom doing very well is if you have to work between those various systems, which I have to, because the world hasn't seen the light yet, that Zoom's the only way to go. This helps organize and get those together. But there's still some lost sheep that I have to, on certain projects, just have to go to their native system because they've locked us out or blocked it, so I won't be able to forward things.
You heard it here first. Zoom is the only way to go. From John's
Little family
lips.
prejudice, what can I say? But I was client number 3.
Yeah, but coming from you, John, that has weight. It has power. It has meaning.
Gravitas.
It absolutely
The weight
does.
is a challenge. I just had my physical and I have to drop about 5 pounds. So I like
5
to have less
pounds.
weight.
Oh, yeah, I should only be so lucky. 5 pounds, please. No interest in your 5
Lend me a
pounds.
tenner and you've done it twice.
So, all right. So getting back, we don't really know anything else about Zoom Canvas, which we were talking about before, Zoom Docs, Zoom Canvas. Other than the name change, there doesn't seem to be any other updates for that.
I think using the name Canvas was an unfortunate selection. If you followed what's happened,
That we were just
talking.
yeah, John
Yeah.
was just mentioning that. Yeah.
Of course, it's also happening to Discord right now. There's a giant. It's down very badly as well.
Really?
Yep.
What happened to Discord?
If you try and join it, it won't let you.
A cyber attack shut down an education platform used by universities and K-12 schools across the U.S. on Thursday. Wow, it's just yesterday. I didn't know this. This is from CNN. When they're getting ready for final exams. Canvas, 30 million active users globally, 8,000 institutions. The hack came after a group believed to be behind it warned Instructure, which is the parent company, in a ransom note saying pay or leak. FBI mobilized, yada, yada, yada. Friday morning, Canvas was fully back online and available for use. Wow. That's wild. Huh. Well, it looks like it's fixed, so. But yes. unfortunate for sure.
So the future hackers of the world, those school kids, need to do a better job next time.
Right.
And did we talk about Zoom's brand new hub number 4?
Hub number 4. What's hub number 4?
My Zoom champions know what I'm talking about.
Talk to us. What's hub number 4?
Brand new
Tell us.
support hub. If you go to the community, you'll see a brand new hub there.
Zoom community. Let's check it out. Is this what you're talking about?
Customer success at the top there.
Oh, I was going to say, this isn't new. Customer Success Hub. So this is new? Yeah?
Yes. Yeah. As far as I know, a week or two old. My champions help me if I'm wrong on
Your
that.
personal AI-driven guide providing instant 24/7. See, if it's virtual, why are they putting a person there? That bothers me. Okay.
She's not real, David.
Thank you for clarifying. Oh my God. All right, here we go. Release notes, contact support. Let's go back up here. So we've got Customer Success Forum, and this is what we all know and love.
Yeah, so that's on the regular community, ends up being there. But if you go back to where you were, there are some other resources there.
But this is the community, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just a link to the community, yes? Yeah. Okay. But so did they change has that always been called the Customer Success Forum?
That customer success forum itself has been there for some time, but there hasn't been this place, which is now sort of the hub for the customer success group.
Right. All right. Zoom support takes us
Under the normal,
yeah.
Send them support ticket, all that.
Okay. Not sure I understand that, but okay.
The
Live event hub. I mean, these are all just they're really just links to existing pages.
Yeah, but that actually takes you to Josh. That actually took you to all of Josh's events. That one.
Well,
this one is
not
really
necessarily
actually
Josh's. There's another.
Oh yeah, there's a few more in there too. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Onboarding guides.
So this, I think, is part of the revamped training space where you can actually go in and sort of take courses within Zoom and, learn the initial bits of using Zoom or the initial bits of being an admin, that sort of thing.
Is this some sort of certification process?
You get an electronic stamp on your ID in Zoom world, but I wouldn't call it a real certification process. Oh, look, I got a little stamp from the Zoom training center.
Wow, there's a course syllabus. Well, that's not much of a syllabus. Okay. Okay. Now, how do you get into it? Oh, you have to enroll. And here we go. I'm in. Is this? Okay. This is too much clicking. Like what? Oh, come on.
Now you get to start the module, David. You know what?
I'm sorry, but but this is a problem. This is not I'm not even going to do it. That's just.
How did you get back to this page from where you were, David?
I closed the other page. It opened all of that in a new tab.
And I can imagine it's doing that because that tree is so complicated to be able to understand where you are.
Yeah. And what's new? Presumably takes us to release notes. No, okay. Oh, they're like news blog, right? Right, this we talked about last time. Okay. Look, this is very nice. I mean, this is very nice. It's what I'd like is for, this, for example, customer success form takes you right there. Right now, I can start a discussion. I can search. That's fantastic. These others, they need to work a little bit on that tree, as you said. I think, in my humble, not that anyone's asking me, but in my humble opinion. I'm sorry, Tony and Lois, you both have your hands up. I apologize. Tony, go ahead.
I was just wondering, if you have a chance, could you share again how you were able to do the picture-in-picture in Zoom with just the native Zoom app? It's been a couple of weeks. You came in on one of the Zoom test kitchens, and you were using nothing but the vanilla Zoom, and you were doing the picture-in-picture.
Tony, I just wanted to caveat that if you do the picture-in-picture, understand that that's only within the Zoom meeting that'll get done. That does not go to YouTube. So just remember.
David, we can't hear you.
David, your microphone's off.
I know. Yeah, that is true. Okay, so let me pull this up for you. All right, Lois, do you mind hanging out for a second so I can show this real quick?
Sure.
Is that okay? All right, great. Let me quickly change that. All right, so I have the same website that I was just showing. I have it open here in a window in Safari. So I'm going to go the same web. Was that me? That wasn't me. No. Okay. Sorry, I heard myself coming back. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to share screen. And I'm going to choose that particular window. And then I'm going to come over here to the presenter layout. And I have 4 options: content only, as background, over the shoulder, or side by side. If you click this guy, it will actually let you see what it is going to look like. Now, again, it's going to be a little funky because of my setup here, but this is where I would be, right? Side by side, this is where my head would be. As background, this is where my head would be in the blue bounding box there. So if I do it side by side, and then I can also resize all of this, make it bigger, and I'll make myself over here. Oh, see, I made it too big, so I can't grab the corner. There we go. Maybe I'll do it like this and move this like this. So now if I go ahead and share and I turn off live demo mode, you should see me in the Zoom meeting. You should see me side by side. Interesting. It doesn't crop my video nicely. So I'm still sending my horizontal feed, even though I told it I wanted to be vertical. But, and in YouTube, in the stream, they're just seeing the screen share.
Correct.
Yeah. Does that make sense, Tony?
Yes, that makes sense. And I realized something. My primary machine that I do everything on is not allowed per Mickey Macature not to update it. So I don't have access to it because I kept trying to figure out why I couldn't see it. And so that's what it was. My primary computer for House of Worship and Conversations doesn't allow that.
These new layout features they're not new. I mean, they've been around. How long has it been since we got them? Maybe a year and a half, maybe
6 months to a year.
Yeah. So they're not
this
new,
particular
but
this machine has the banner going across. Must update. It has the banner going across, and Mickey Macature is in my ear. No.
Well, he better help you because you're going to get to a point soon when that's going to stop working.
Yeah, they're gonna shut you down. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So that's how you do that.
All right. Thank you for showing.
Of course. Go ahead, Lois.
I figured it out. I couldn't find a way to delete the notes that we had done. And again, the width of the screen was getting in the way because you have to go over, up to the top, over there, find 3 dots, and then way down at the bottom, there's a trash can. It's like, you could just make it to delete, but no. Anyway, I found it. Thank you.
It's we're talking about UI and how you find things and how you link to things. I've talked about before that I'm building this app for my schools here, and it has become, in the most wonderful way, incredibly complex, at least to my eyes. So many modules, so much functionality, cron jobs running. I mean, and I have been approaching everything from the UI perspective, and I think that with Zoom, theirs is infinitely more complex than anything that I have. And on top of that, I think that a lot of companies come to the UI game after the functionality game, right? They think about building the functionality out first and only later think about the user experience of accessing those functionalities. And it's a lot harder, I think, to fix that
Not necessarily, David, because usually if the bare bones works, then they'll make it pretty. And that pretty is the user interface.
Well, yes, and I mean what Robert mentioned before about that navigation tree that I had to, climb through. I mean, cleaning that up is no small task. Having 7 or 8 or 9 clicks before I can reach something, that's not just cleaning it up. That's you're doing some serious restructuring in order to make that work better.
Well, David, there's a flip side to that coin, and that is cleaning it up is one thing, but cleaning it up so that people can still find where they need to go and navigate to where they need to go. Drop somebody down in the middle of New York City and give them an address to walk to. I don't care how the streets are laid out. You're going to have trouble navigating to where you need to go, even if they're all north, south, east, west.
Yeah. Right. I built my tool in modules. So I've got a hot lunch module and an aftercare module and a chat module and yada, yada, yada. And then I went to ChatGPT afterward, and I said, listen, I want to make this more forward facing. And it was fascinating the way it helped me do that. It said, when your users open this app, they don't care what module you have. They don't want to have to go to modules. They want to know who can pick up my child today. Does my child have enrichment classes today? Is my child getting hot lunch today? That's what they care about. So just give them that. Give them, here's what's happening today, and pull all the information and give it to, sort of like what in some ways Zoom does in the Zoom app with the today thing. But when we were searching for the contact connections, that should be right there for me. Right. I shouldn't have to go search. I shouldn't have to know to go to the contacts tab to find that, I guess is where I'm getting to.
Yeah. But David, the only suggestion that I have, which is of course what I tell my development team in-house, is that be careful not to have too many modules, because once you start having too many modules, now you've got individual modules that you have to keep up to date now in your code.
Right. But I mean, that's what Zoom has.
Right. But that's why
modules.
Right. But that's also why you'll hear from us saying that this group is not talking to that group, because that group is a module.
Sure.
Right.
Events, phone, revenue accelerator, rooms and workplaces, virtual agent, meetings, AI companion, contact center.
Right.
And
that's why all of a sudden events has a hub, and all of a sudden now customer support, also the community has a hub.
Right.
As an example. And also there's a Zoom hub, not to confuse all of that. And there's a Zoom hub, and that is officially equivalent to OneDrive. Right.
Yeah.
So, but yet that's three different modules features of Zoom, and that's a different difference as you get
Yeah.
bigger.
Yep. Hey, Roland, functionality over pretty for me every time. Pretty has to follow function. Yes. Yes. For you. And for me also. You know, my experience on the app that I'm building as an admin is completely different than my users. For me, I've got a gazillion things over here. And so I'm with you, right? I want all the functionality, but I think for most people, it's different. Lois.
Hi there. I've been
there.
gone a long time. And so I'm poking around here in the workplace app, and I came across this thing called Hub. Now, it's not any of the hubs you guys just were talking about, but
Well, it is actually. Mike mentioned it, but
I did mention it, believe it or not. Yeah, I
But
did.
yes.
Zoom
Hub number
Workplace Hub?
2.
Okay. So anyway, when I click on that on the side, and I've got my screen wide now, then it comes to a second stripe, and it says there's a plus, a search, a home, something else, a bunch of stuff. And then the big window says recent, all. And there's this list of all this stuff. I have no idea how it got there. I mean, I recognize some of it. It's like, well, there's a video that I watched for my stretch class, my exercise class, 9 months ago, it says, but why is it in Zoom Hub? I don't get it. And then, so can you tell me how things get in here? I mean, does it automatically collect information or something?
It's magic, Lois.
I know it's magic. I just don't understand the magic.
Someone want to jump in here and explain Hub to us?
I think Ray has said it the best in the chat. Zoom saves everything.
Zoom saves everything that Zoom does and everything that you do with Zoom. Every time you save it, every time you send a chat, every time you join a meeting, every time you schedule a meeting, every time you make a recording, every time you open up docs, every time you open up notes, every time you make I forgot what the big
Whiteboard?
Whiteboard, thank you. There's too many things. They're all saved. And the good news is that AI that Zoom has should be able to reach anything that you need to know and should be eventually responsive enough for you to be able to go, I had a meeting with somebody in the last 3 weeks where we did some yoga. And it ought to be able to find that for you.
Using the search at the top in the workplace app.
So speaking of the Hub, so I pulled it up so we could take a look at it. And I will show this to you in just a moment. I'm just making it a little bigger. So here's something that I don't understand. So we've got all docs. I think we actually looked at this before. So forgive me if we have. We've got all docs. AI, that's not all. AI classic docs. AI dated. Oh, sorry, that's not all. That's AI docs. I'm sorry. AI docs, AI classic docs, AI data tables, whiteboards, clips, my notes. If I click on AI docs, it brings up all the different options, not all the different, but suggested options that I can ask for. If I click on AI classic docs, I get a request failed with status code 403, which presumably is not supposed to be there.
403 doesn't exist, isn't it?
Yeah. AI data tables, again, what I can ask for. Whiteboards opens up a whiteboard. Okay. We talked about this before, that this whole thing to me it's confusing. I don't quite understand. Now, I should have known that when I hover over whiteboards, you see that little arrow. That should have told me that it's taking me to a different place. Same thing with clips. Same thing with my notes. I don't know. Do you all? So presumably, I could say summarize.
I think we're in that stage Mike was referring to of, let's make the functionality first and we'll make it pretty later. I think there's a move to, how do we get all this stuff to work well together? And then how do we create a user interface that people can really get to it? And they're sort of caught in that middle space.
And we don't have official clarification to go on what Ray's talking about, if that is its own team as well. There could be just a UI team that isn't actually working with the other team as of yet, the backend stuff, because Zoom is so large.
But I think what David is referring to is more of an issue of usability, as opposed to the two end cases of looking nice and being functional. There's also the usability by the people who are actually going to be the users of the system, and that's something that takes a lot of time to. Apple does it best. I haven't seen anyone else do it as well as Apple does it. But evidently, this is an area where companies that are producing a lot of changes, a lot of new functionality quickly, don't get to test that area and design it properly.
So I'm in AI Docs, and I want to summarize a person's key points from this meeting. I'm going to click go. And where would you like the summary? In the chat or as a document on the canvas? In the chat. It was before. Oh, I spelled it wrong. It'll figure it out. Oh, there we go. Okay. Here we go. It was working with a Is there someone we have an open mic somewhere.
Checking.
I got it. It was no, it wasn't Peter. Sorry. Sorry, Peter. I muted you.
It's fine.
So this is weird. It was selecting a meeting that I didn't want it to. See, look at that. There, did it again. My note, Temple Sinai board meeting. I don't want this. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's generate. Why is it I don't understand why it's doing that.
Is that your different account, David? And is that the last meeting?
This is my Zoom Test Kitchen account. I don't understand why it's automatically attaching something. That's the piece I don't understand.
Well, the other question is, from a usability perspective, how do you select something else? How do you select a different meeting?
Yes, I was wondering that. Oh, for goodness sakes. Sorry. Yeah, I was wondering that also. How do I tell it what meeting? Let's try. See, these are notes. These aren't actually meetings. Generate a meeting summary. That's what I want to do. And it's attaching this note, and I don't understand why. So I'm going to delete that and go. And now yeah. Okay. I'm sure I'm not using it correctly, but there's something not working here. I mean, that's just I'm not sure how. I don't know.
David, can you just ask you one thing? When you were showing this a little while back, you got to the point where it asked you where you'd like it to open the summary, and one of the options was Canvas.
Yeah.
What would it physically open if you chose Canvas?
Well, I don't know, but my guess is that, remember, they're renaming Docs to Canvas. So
well, that's from the 18th onwards, correct?
But yeah, unless maybe there's a thing here. I don't know. It's a really good question. Let me see if I can get it to do that again. I just won't delete that this time. And see what happens. No, it's not doing it anymore. I'm sorry.
Seems to have grabbed this context that it won't let go of.
Yeah,
that
it just
meeting,
won't let
that
go of
meeting.
it. It really likes this one note. Really so interesting. Oh, well. Oh, well. Hey, Hasmuk. Hasmuk popped in. How are you, sir? Good to see you.
He's up late or up early, depending on how you look at it.
Yep. There are more release notes. Let's see. You can hide text on your nav bar now. Oh, John, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. When you're done with this, I have a new app I'd like to tell people about.
Sorry, tell us about your app. Go for it.
It's called Hovercraft.
Hovercraft?
Hovercraft. It's Mac only, but it lets me take a window and put it anywhere where I want. It could be a window. It could be a PDF. It could be a PowerPoint screen. And it's just sort of fun. It was designed to work with the goggles because it has hand signals if you wanted to do things. But it's a rather clever little program that I've been playing with. We get to go back there. And I just happen to just pick this window. I can go ahead and pick a new window by just dropping a new image. Let's see.
Wait. Hold on. Is it? You're grabbing that with your hand.
I can. I'm using the mouse, but if I wanted to, I could do my hand signals also.
Wait a second. A Mac app called Hovercraft that turns your windows into movable overlays on a virtual camera you can use anywhere.
How do you like that?
Oh, come on.
John, what is it actually called? Because I went to the App Store and searched for Hovercraft.
No, it's go to sandwich.vision/hovercraft.
But he said it's a Mac app.
I'm telling you where to get it.
Just because it's a Mac app doesn't mean it's in the Mac App Store.
Right.
I think it's sort of fun.
I think that's fantastic. Wait, I'm downloading it right
Bob
now.
will be there in 1 second. Okay.
John,
my wife is calling, guys, so I have to go. But isn't this fun?
Yeah, I was just wondering if this is something that you'd use to have a pencil to draw on, and if you opened an
actually,
app.
I've been playing with this with QCamp Presenter and having the output of that. But I like this as the ability to just, okay, now I got it again. It's, my fingers don't work well. There we go. But
all right, so I am opening Hovercraft. Hold on.
Okay. Well, now that I disrupted the whole meeting, I'm going to go do my honey-do list.
Okay, wait. So here's, okay, so we have to do this. I have to give it all the permissions. Oh my God, this is going to be terrible. Hovercraft,
Anyway,
yes.
I now have wasted everybody's afternoon. You guys have a great rest of the day.
Okay,
Thanks, John.
This is, okay, so I did that. Allow camera access. And now it's, okay. Eject Hovercraft. Yeah, let's allow that. Open system settings. Hovercraft.
Could you spotlight it so we could see it, please?
Yes, absolutely. I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay, quit and reopen.
Sorry, guys. I had John also spotlight there.
This is so blurry. I can't read anything. Can other people read it okay?
Well, there's nothing really to read yet. So, okay. So how do I do this? All right.
Lois, you're not wrong. Yeah, his screen is coming blurry.
I have so much going on here right now. It's a little insane. Sorry about that. Let me get rid of some stuff, and maybe I can make it a little more readable.
And I also, for YouTube and for the room, put the link to the software if you're curious.
Okay. So now what do I do? So I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing here.
Big stage.
So I have to choose. I'm not sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. Where's it? What camera is this using? This camera? Oh wait, let me change. I can change the camera. Okay, Black Magic. Oh no, that didn't change anything. Okay. May I make it yours? Okay, fine. All right, new. Yeah, this is. I don't know what's happening. Okay, I think this will be a something we have to play with offline, maybe. Because open any window. And show everyone. Okay, I'm trying. Wait, now I got the right thing. Okay, so now can I? Oh, it's working. Wait, hold on. Look at that. Come on.
And if you want, just open up a PDF file and drop it on top of that, and it will take it and show it.
Wait. Wait, so I. Oh my God. Wait, I have to choose a window. This is just. Really? Come on now. I don't want to do
And
a
David,
window.
when you're ready, when you're ready to actually do a full demo to show us on your video, then stop.
Yeah, I
switch
know.
out of
I'm not entirely sure how I can do that though. So hold on, because I guess I would have to change. I'd have to install the.
No, you'd have to make sure that that video is actually going into Ecamm so you can show it to us.
No, but yeah. Okay. I'm not entirely sure how to do that.
So if you really want to have fun, you bring up Video Pencil and use the Video Pencil window so you can draw on things, make the window get smaller, bigger. It's really fun.
Right. How do I get this now as a virtual camera? Is that?
You select it. However you select your Zoom camera, it shows up.
So it's in Zoom. It's in Zoom now, like as a camera.
Well, I'm not sure where you're feeding your camera from.
Oh, it is. It is. Okay. Hold on. So what I can do is I can actually do Ecamm Live Virtual Camera like that. Okay, but then I go like this. Is that backwards to you all?
No, we see it.
You see it. Okay.
But again, we can tell that your machine is definitely struggling right now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So now how do I get a PDF in here?
There's a place where you could drop it. It asks you to select a file like you saw before.
You just drop it.
Or you could just take a PDF file and drop it on the image.
All right. Let me find a PDF file. Where's my Finder? My Finder is all messed up now. Hello? Uh-oh. My Finder is... Something's goofy with my Finder. Sorry, everyone. Close. Oh, there we go. Okay. So we need a PDF. I'll just choose this one and I'll drop it in. Your slide looks correct to your audience. Okay. So now how do I... Oh, there it is. Okay. So let's make that smaller, please. No, small. Oh, maybe I can't make it smaller. Uh-oh. Small. No, This is ridiculous. Hand gestures. H.
Yeah.
Can you, John? What do you do this for?
What do you do?
Come on, man.
Mr.
All right.
Idelson did this to you?
All right, here we go. So I got a little picture. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna move it up here. Come on, come on. There you go. Good job. And let's put it right there. Come on, that's fun. Let's put it. You know, I'm gonna put it over here for right now. Maybe make it. Yeah, that's good.
Is the blurriness because of this new program, or is it something?
I have no idea.
I would say David's resources on his machine are on overload right now because he's got things running.
No, actually, the resource. So you're talking about the image, that little thing that I have here. That image.
No, we're talking your overall camera.
Your whole
Oh,
camera.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pixelated and blurry.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Well, that was. No, I'm coming back. Hold on. I just gotta change my thing back. That was fun. Come on.
That line going down was on Peter, on you. It was on John before. What is that?
The line? What line?
The white line and the black going down.
Take a look at what Peter's showing right now.
That's what you
were
look
just
like.
showing that.
Yeah.
You were.
When you exit, you have to, it leaves it in some unnatural state.
So that was an app artifact.
Till you select a new camera.
That really is fun. What do you get for
And you're much better looking now, sir. You're not as blurry.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, that.
No comment. No comment.
I mean, I was running like 2 or 3 different virtual cameras at the same time, and
oh yeah,
that was a little crazy.
Yeah, the Apple GPU can only do so much, David.
But that is a fun app. That is cool. I mean, I'm definitely going to work on that because if I could master it over there. I mean, that's so Tony Stark, right?
Well,
that's exactly.
Yeah, and the facial expressions that I've seen on your face doing this right now, we haven't seen since Jeff was around when we had that person come and do all the electrifying stuff. That we still have up on YouTube. Everybody check it out on YouTube, by the way. The video's still there.
You know what this means, which is really awful.
I know what it means. You're not going to sleep for the next 2 days.
No, it means I need a Vision Pro because this is exactly what Vision Pro is. That's what it is. It's the ability to do all that stuff. And I'm not going to get one. Don't worry. But
we expect you to get another Stream Deck before you do that.
No, I will. I promise.
Talking about new apps, I have a new app that I've been working with this week. I've signed up for a beta test.
Ooh.
And it's an app that allows you to identify whether an image is AI generated or not.
Oh, really? What's that?
I'm on beta at the moment. It's called Pixel Truth, and it analyzes pictures or scans or uploaded images, so you can identify. And the thing about it is it doesn't give you a 0-1 or a black and white answer. It gives you the authenticity is, say, 95%.
A probability, essentially.
Yeah, so it's more of a probability type score.
Is this what? I don't think this is the one I'm looking at. Is this Pixel Truth?
Yeah, that's Pixel Truth.
Yeah.
No, that's not Pixel Truth. Sorry,
No, I
that's
didn't
a
think
different
so.
Pixel Truth. This is Pixel Truth one word. It's in beta, so you won't be able to. It's not.
Oh, here it
uploaded
is. Here it is. Pixeltruth.app. There it is.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a Polish startup that has just invited me to test it. It looks really cool because we had this discussion recently. What do you do if an AI comes on to a meeting and you start conversing with it? What do you do? And it's an avatar. So you can literally now just take your phone, scan it, and it'll identify whether it's a real image. And then you just say, hey, you're a bot.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's only available on Google Play, it looks like, right now.
the moment, this version of it. It's in
Yeah.
beta, like I said. It's
Yep.
totally new. But I think the direction of thinking is important here, that people are starting to analyze. I didn't know if you saw, I forget his name there. There's an American guy who does these videos on YouTube about music, and he invites really good people and talks about them. He showed a concert that had been generated by AI. And the way he identified the AI part of it is that he counted the strings on the guitar neck, and they changed from 5 to 6. The dots on the guitar neck changed positions. And you, if you don't know, you'd be just watching like a video with someone singing and playing at a concert, and you'd think it's a real person, and it's not. It's all AI generated.
We should tell Pixel Truth, you should give them some feedback that their plans are broken. Their free plan has 3 scans per day. Their pro plan has 20 scans per month. 3 scans per day is more than 20 per month. In fact, 3 scans per day is more than their ultra plan of 50 scans per month.
I will tell them thank you.
So that's a little something.
Simple math.
Yeah. I was going to say, that's an incredibly generous free plan, 3 scans per day. I would do that in a heartbeat. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Well, it's app day in the test kitchen. Hey, Mike, are you there? Or no? Or you are there? Guess what?
I'm here.
You're
Is it that
host.
time of the day?
You are host, my friend.
All right.
It is that
Thank you,
time of
sir.
the day.
All right. And since David's still here, there it is.
See, now, the only thing that would make that cooler is if I could now reach out, grab it, move it up to this corner of the screen.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
I
just
know.
saying.
I know. So everybody on YouTube, let us know in chat if you have any questions for any of our panelists that are here, including Hasmuth. We'll see if Hasmuth will actually come and talk to us. We'll see before David leaves. Let us know in YouTube chat.
I was looking for Zoom Test Kitchen. I ended up in App Land. So, yeah.
Oh, the Zoom test apps. Is that what you're talking about? Instead of the kitchen, you made the wrong turn in the certain wrong part of the house. Yeah, I got it. Fully understood.
The faces
All right.
look familiar. Faces look familiar, but I'm not sure what they're saying right now.
I know everybody went quiet now. I don't know why, Hasma. Well, they're listening to you. You know, they want updates from South Africa. We want to know what's going on.
Actually, I'm playing with the apps that you guys told me about.
Excellent. And so far, so
I'm
good.
not listening. I'm sorry, Hasma. I'm here now.
It's okay. That's either a good thing that the apps are working and not crashing, so that's a good thing. But that's good. Go ahead, Hasma.
I don't have any contribution right now. So.
No contracts? No big contracts?
Ongoing development with the mobile operator.
Excellent.
So they were down here today asking me a lot of questions. And at the end of it, they said, well, whether we use Teams or Zoom, it's still the same thing because the security of our information is going to be equivalent. Doesn't matter what tool we use for broadcast. You can't
Correct.
stop people from taking their phone and recording the meeting. And we can't stop them from screen scraping things. So I said, that's not a technical problem. That's more of a corporate governance problem.
That's right. That's 100% perfect. Perfect. Have you been talking to your son? Because those are perfect words. And you should be using them all the time. And yes, yeah, even Robert too, when you're dealing with the government stuff all the time. That was perfect stuff too for that. Absolutely. Governance, corporate governance. Yes, it's up to the corporate governance policy in place that they have, but that can only go so far. So you just make sure that hopefully the people that you invite to your events are, you know, and on top of that too, this is the main reasoning too, that Zoom will also have the infamous disclaimer at the beginning of the shows all the time too, that they do. So don't forget that this may change, da, 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 da. It's not based on the stock market, da, 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 all that verbiage in a slide before they continue.
Well, what did turn their heads was the data analytics post-meeting. So I said, I can give you a report on the average amount of time users spent in a session. I can also tell you how many times they logged in and logged out, and you can discern from that the level of attention to the content you're trying to deliver. Oh, really? So I said this, anybody can run any kind of event, but then how do you measure the impact, success? And if you don't have the data, yeah, so I think I said, can Teams do that? No, we've never had that. And so, yeah, I think I'm winning the mindset.
You know, when you talk about participation, one of the things that I do with some of my meetings, not all of them, but where people want to measure participation without using an external tool,
right,
is to run polls every now and then during the meeting,
Yes,
because it
yes,
shows
yes.
who's active and who is not.
Yes,
And you get a
absolutely.
report of that as well.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's sneaky,
Well,
but yeah, but it's
Yeah.
there. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, one of the things they concluded that for some of the security reasons, they'll have to insist that everybody's cameras are on. And then that's exactly the suggestion I made, is you need to have intermittent polls and see, based on post analysis, how did people actually respond, or did they respond to the polls? And secondly, you can also run different kinds of polls so that you can test the temperature of your base or your distribution channel. You can ask very innocent questions like, are we doing well in this area? What do you think? 1 to 5? And so, Robert, remind me, does Teams have a poll feature?
I haven't seen anyone use it.
Yeah.
Everyone seems to use a third-party app in the
Right.
world that I circulate in.
Right.
But what the other way, if you don't want to use a polls, is to look at the chat activity
Yes.
and see who is active there, what's going on,
Right.
and
Right.
then you can have put a number in or say yes if you agree with this in the chat, and without having to run a
Right.
poll. Because a
Right.
poll, the downside of a poll is that if you have a lot of people who are coming on phones, mobile phones, sometimes they've got to call that poll up. It doesn't appear straight on their screen.
Oh, right.
While if you do it in a chat and say, just type in the chat 1 or 2, 1 if you agree, 2 if you don't agree, you can analyze that
Yes.
very quickly and easily afterwards.
Okay. 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 Yep.
Yeah. Another suggestion too is that I've seen it before where people will actually have like a multiple choice. And in the multiple choice, it actually gives you the answer. But the other multiple choices are, this is the wrong answer. They'll say, this is the wrong answer. This is the wrong one. This is the right one. This is the wrong one. And then all of a sudden you get to see who's actually paying attention or who's going to be,
Right.
mischievous and actually choose the one that says this is the wrong answer. Right. Oh, and Mr. Josh Bragg from Azumi, it would be cool if Zoom could support quick polls. Is that a hint, Josh? That's too funny on YouTube. Hilarious. But that might be something that Josh is talking about soon. You never know. And maybe even Tuesday. We'll see. But very, very interesting. So yeah, quick polls. What is a quick poll? A quick poll would be, what's your weather like today or whatever. Yeah, you could have all kinds of quick type stuff too. But yeah,
Well,
Hasba,
in my
go ahead.
part of the world, Mike, a quick poll is a Polish person who does things quickly.
Isn't it though? That's so true. That is so true. Oh yeah, yeah. You got all us Canadians going on that one because we know. Yeah, 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 yeah.
You're obviously a man of low expectations.
Oh yeah, we're even getting people laughing on YouTube. And you know what? That's taken a lot, Robert. So that's impressive. I'm not getting a lot of reactions lately. That was impressive. Good. We got actually happy faces on that one. That's good. Got to do that more often. But yeah. So yes, it would be nice. Josh, is that a hint? Not a hint. Just would be cool. Oh, look at you dropping little Easter eggs in the YouTube chat.
I wonder now, just thinking about this, thinking about reactions, is if we can capture any data in the Zoom's graphics toolkit from the reactions. Because that would also be an interesting way to see how people are behaving and if they're actually interacting with something.
As my Hand Up app demonstrates, Robert, you can capture reactions. So you can either explain to me what you want and I'll try and program it, or you can let your hair down and try and write it yourself.
No, I will not try and write it myself.
It's not as bad as it looks, Robert.
It wouldn't be that difficult.
It doesn't matter. I still won't do it. The things that I won't do and the things I will do. And I know where that boundary is.
But yes, so John, go ahead, explain how you can modify your hand raise app to get that now.
Well, there is in the app SDK a reactions function, and it gets hit every time a reaction happens, so you can store those. So for the hand raise app, I just got the hand raised action, but you can scan quite a few of the different reactions and then take them as a view. You could even tell us that people turn their camera on and off as well if you want to be really cruel.
Oh, look at you! You might have somebody in South Africa's attention. By the way, I'm just saying. He might be fully awake right now. As he laughs at me, but that BT said, yeah, he knows. You see how you could just have a little extra tool, and
you see,
boom.
I'm in the same area as Robert. I know all these possibilities, but I know my limitations. I'm not gonna write it, and I'm waiting for somebody to volunteer to write it for me. Hint, 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 hint.
To be quite honest with you, I don't want anyone to volunteer to write it just for me because I don't want to have to test it. And I find that testing software is one of the most time-consuming things that one can get involved with, especially if you're trying to do it on a live production where liability is on your side and not on the programmer's side.
Yeah, but again, so it wouldn't be much different for you to change, John, when it comes to the reaction app from the hand raise app. Yeah, a couple of lines of code.
So just to show you how mad my life is, apart from the fact that I've got a Microsoft code here that's not working properly, the app, not the code, the app is not working. I've just wrote this week an app to, I've forgotten what it does now. Hold on, it saves something. What does it save?
Stuff.
Oh, I can't remember what it saves now.
I know what it saves. It saves the data from the captions locally.
No. It exports polls. That's what it does. It exports polls because you can't do that in Zoom.
You can't share polls.
Yeah, there's an education group. They've got some polls that they've created, and other teachers want to make use of the polls, and you can't share them. In events, you've got all your polls available to everybody, and in a meeting, you've got your polls in your hub. But if you want to give them to somebody else, you can't do it. So I had to write an app to be able to export them to a file so that you could then send to somebody else and they can import them into their computer. And now I've got to get it approved by Zoom. And there's a cat running around my garden setting off my alarm as well.
Excellent. Cool. So, John, I don't know if you noticed that we have Mr. Bragg has visited us on YouTube.
Yeah, he's becoming quite a lurker, isn't he?
I know.
Yeah, but he has promised to bring us some gifts. I don't think he means swag. I think he means toys or something on Tuesday. So I don't know what he's going to turn up with. I mean, he's only just got used to using his camera, so don't know what he's going to come up with next.
Yeah, very true. And yes, you look much better, Josh, with the new camera.
You do. And I look really bad now because I'm now on a Logitech camera, which is probably as old as Hazmat.
Uh-oh. That might be saying a lot. That's not nice. Okay. And Josh is saying, I have one today if you want. What do you have today if we want? Josh Bragg. Josh Bragg is you got a Zoomy teasing us in YouTube live?
Do you see my 70th birthday cake there? No?
Yep, but Hazmat, it'll have gone off by the time you get to 70.
But yeah, and you did have your camera off, Hazmat, when you did that. Was that what you were doing that on purpose?
Yeah. Does it not show the graphic when I put my camera off?
Yeah, it showed a cake. It's all right. It's all right. Mike lives in a very reserved country where they don't have cakes like that.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
It's called. Oh, the whole picture is a cake. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell. It
right.
actually looked like model.
It's
very well done.
It's a picture of a cake. So
yeah, somebody order Mr. Latter a new set of glasses, please.
On my 70th, the team made this cake. It has a ring light. That's me. I'm fatigued after a game of golf, and I'm slumped over my Zoom desk, completely exhausted, either of Zoom or golf. I don't know which. So here we go.
And unfortunately, Hazmat, because you're wonderfully showing everybody in Zoom.
I know.
YouTube is going, but we want to see this picture.
Yeah. That's Mike's
Always
job.
sees a black screen. Yeah.
Mike decides what the folks in YouTube see or don't see.
No, I'm not hiding your icon. I swear. That's entirely Zoom doing that. No, they put your name up instead of putting the icon. Why? That's a good question. It might be also related to why they didn't choose a different font on the fly too, which we had earlier today. But that's also there too. So that's cool. So Josh Bragg, you're saying you have a gift. Really? Interesting. Is that a gift on Tuesday? Or are you giving a gift today? Or am I putting you on the spot? Or are you putting yourself on the spot? Would be a question now.
Mike, a gift today is worth 2 gifts tomorrow.
Oh, I know. I'm just wondering if it's a gift today and Tuesday. I wasn't going to go down that road next. Heaven forbid not have a gift today and Tuesday. But I wasn't pushing my luck right off the bat. I was just going, is it today or Tuesday? I wasn't being entirely greedy. Now I got to be greedy. I'm just putting in YouTube chat. So if you do guys have any other, if you want to join our Discord community and such, don't forget to check out us at zoomtestkitchen.com. Hint, Josh. Oh, and somebody did take the hint. We might be having a Zoomie incoming.
Yeah, kick him out if he's not real.
Kick him out if he's an AI bot. He's not an AI bot. I know that person.
I'm AI. What's up, ZTK? I couldn't figure out how to get in here for a second. Had to go to the website. Then I figured it out.
Yeah, attaboy. Yeah, don't tell anybody how they did it either. Good. That's good.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. So what's this gift you should be talking about? You have gifts. You come bearing gifts.
I come there. Well, it's at least something I'm playing with this afternoon. How about that? Well, that's as strong as I'm getting. But
sure.
You notice I have a monitor behind me.
Yeah.
That's new. Yeah. I don't know if this is, revolutionary or not, but I'm playing with introducing my own graphics toolkit physical background for all of my looks now.
Yeah, you're getting thumbs up from the gang here. That's
2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
I think it looks cool. It's one thing to put it, as an overlay on the video. I think that's rad too. But it's kind of nice incorporating it actually into the physical look, I think is interesting. And then I'm also just so struck by how simple this is. Graphics Toolkit's really pretty easy. It's a piece of software I'm running on one machine, then I'm just have a second laptop connected to that TV, loaded onto the URL. That's it. It's like about as easy as it gets. Plus then like the iPad moderation tool if I want to use that for actually moderating the meeting. But I think now I can just take Graphics Toolkit with me sort of whenever I want. Robert, that's a great idea. Absolutely. That'll be my next step.
Yeah. That's what we do in the hybrid meetings, and we put it's difficult to read a running chat like that, but I'm assuming that's just for a presentation point of view. But for Q&A, when we put things or we want to highlight a chat, it comes up on a separate screen, next to people who are in Zoom tiles. That's it's just a killer. It's
really cool look.
But what I do like here is the idea of having all of those emoticons flying up and down. And I know this is in test mode at the moment, but if you're doing something and suddenly that starts appearing behind you, I think that will also be a very cool effect.
Yeah, I'm wrestling with whether or not it really needs to be legible. I don't think it particularly needs to be super legible. It's just giving sense of energy of the room right into the shot, which I think is interesting. But emojis do that almost more than anything else. So there are some secrets to Graphics Toolkit. It replicates the emoji X amount of times, right? But I don't think that's really particularly a bad thing. I think that just adds energy to the room. So yeah, I was playing with exactly how I want this to look, but you can do quite a bit. And I am so not like a CSS designer type person, but getting this look accomplished was, minutes of work, not hours,
And you did this without CSS because you can use all of the control buttons and
yeah, I'm just kind of working through kind of how I want it to look. I've used it a couple times. So I'm not saying like I just didn't open the wrapper out on it, but it's not that hard to get working, looking cool, whether you're putting it on screen with you or like this in an actual on some sort of a screen.
Yeah,
Open to suggestions, boys.
Yeah, and the other cool thing too, Josh, would be if you wanted to take it up to that next level, is not only having it behind you on the TV, but having it as its own source that you could bring in and actually then be able to overlay too. Not all the time. Not, I wouldn't. I would leave the TV on behind you all the time, but if you every once in a while wanted to bring it on,
do both.
And then you have
because I can even put it here like to cover it almost like it's like if I want it to be more legible, like bring it in. That's a cool idea. That's a really cool idea.
That side or even opposite to you. Like even leave it there, let it go, and then people will actually see that it's in sync too. So putting it like go ahead.
Josh, I now that I'm seeing this, I would also think about playing with a different option. If you're moderating the chat in that way,
Yeah.
you can have something separate that will just bring up one message across the bottom of your screen that you want to highlight. So you've got a running scrolling thing in the background and you just have one message coming on your screen itself, not on the physical screen, but on your camera feed.
Down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
as a lower
both
third.
or all third, right? Like all three.
Yeah. Yeah. And Josh, it would just be like a lower third is what Robert's talking about.
Yep.
So all of a sudden you bring in that one person as a lower third underneath you, but you leave the scrolling on that behind you. So it shows the activity.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out if I like it on that side of you or the other side of you, TV wise. I don't know how much of a pain that would be or not, but I'm just curious. Because that corner, the other corner is a little more darker. And
Yeah.
it'll actually stick out a little more. That's all.
No, it's really cool. I love it. I
think it's a pretty
brilliant idea.
fascinating. Hang on, I'm trying to fix all this.
Fascinating.
One of the things that comes up to me a lot is, I know for the most part we talk about webinars, but meetings just remain so popular, and for good reason, right? But it's just really interesting to me that this would be a real good like value add for meetings. It just brings like new life to meetings that we've all been pretty accustomed to. So some version like where I could actually, there's Ecamm now, being able to bring in or out and like cover it up or something, or the other side is interesting.
Yeah, I would say the other side now, so that you don't have it off, so that it's
not competing.
There you go. Yeah.
It's kind of cool. Is it too much? Or a flip, I guess I could do a whole different widget. That's interesting. But yeah, I like the idea then of being able to like bring stuff forward, because then it's almost 3 layers, Robert. Like, what is 3 layers? It's a back layer, a mid layer, and a front. That's really interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're the mid layer. You always
yeah.
I guess the challenge here with playing with it would be to see how much of a distraction it is. Because I can't really assess that. But leaving that running out of focus in the background, so that you can see activity, and then highlighting one specific chat at the bottom, I think that will work really nicely.
That'd be the good balance. Yeah, one of the tricks is when in the shows you want to do it. Traditionally, I'm only really playing the host. So my role, right, is really just resetting energy, recapturing the audience for the most part. So like distraction, I'm not that worried about. I don't care if I kind of disappear, right? Like that's not really the point. The point is we're back, we're connecting, and then we're going back to a presenter. I don't know if I'd want to present with this level of
I would present like you are now with the back and you mid, but I would not do a lower third until you're doing Q&A.
Yeah.
Like a good Q&A portion where you're bringing that live Q&A in and people go, "Oh my God, it's me. I actually typed that." Right? That becomes the wow factor then.
Yeah, and somebody asked about the chat manager. That's a little hard to like demo here, but I'll share. It's just another URL, and you could put these all up on the internet if you want. I think Frank asked here. Yeah. But it's just another URL, and you can even make it available external and then control like what the moderators can do. So if you put it up on an external website, a passcode is created. So you just give people the right passcode. And I've done this in live shows where then I just have an iPad sitting in front of me it's kind of hard because this is all, it doesn't show test. It doesn't show our demo like questions here, but there's a chat moderation URL and there's a question moderation URL, and then the questions just fill in, and then depending on what permissions you give the moderators. So I've done it where I just sit with an iPad with that URL and I can see all the Q&A in its own panel just in the moderation tool, and then I can just hit what I want to highlight, and then depending on then what widgets and layers you've built. To Robert, to your point, maybe I just have a highlight that's always invisible until I highlight a question, and then it just pops up. So actually I could be in a pretty static where I'm not even like really switching Ecamm at all during a live show. I'm just hey, let's look at the questions, and I highlight the one I want. It comes up. Great. Off it goes. So pretty simple little.
So the actual overlay itself would be the liminal app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I like doing with the moderation, and maybe this is obvious to some, but if I'm managing an event for someone else, then that someone else has to moderate the chat, not me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if it's a company, they know what they want to highlight, they know what they want to focus on, and that moderation becomes very powerful there.
Yep. Yeah, and that's what's nice about this, because you could literally give them that, give them that URL, and they're just kind of responsible for it over there. And that's in addition to what then you're doing the Q&A app if you want to. But yeah, I still haven't seen the maturity of like Q&A management yet. Like assigning it to specific people would be really cool in this like app where we're going to direct it to, oh, this is a question for Robert or something. But like almost adding additional text on it would be really, really interesting. But point being, this tool is free, basically, which is so fascinating to me.
I think we're going to see a major change in behavior when 4K becomes available on Zoom Webinar Plus. Because if it does, what you do is you actually grab you attack the gamers that are all using OBS and having to really do a lot of work with plugins and all sorts of instabilities. And now with these sort of tools, you've got that full profile for a gamer defined. And once you get layers there on the switch, then it'll be just out of this world. Don't know if they'll go down that route, but
well, once we have some version of widget support in Production Studio, then that's where we're cooking, right?
Yeah, we're cooking with gas big time then.
Yeah,
especially if developers can make them too. I might be talking to a Drinkwater person about that.
Oh, I did like this. Don't worry.
Josh has to enable it first, though. You have to be nice to him first so you can get widgets in there. Then you can make it.
I do think some light gamification apps would be so interesting. And that kind of goes to that quick poll thing where you're just saying A, B, C, or D, or 1, 2, 3.
Please get chat.
It's scoring that or something like that. I mean, again, Graphics Toolkit can do this. I just haven't seen people put like the app together. But then if I could pull up scoreboards during my webinar or something like that, would be so interesting. Either like the quick poll or a gamification like side to it, like first 10 to respond type gamification stuff. It can be super lightweight. I don't think it has to be super heavy, but just really basic fun.
Yeah,
fun tools would change webinars.
Yeah, and Josh, my thought would be to actually, again, because I'm in there in Production Studio with John all week. So the scenario then would be just to make a scene that, it could even be like for John and I, but yet we're up here in the scene. And on the bottom across the whole bottom is pulling in a chat.
Yeah.
Josh, there's one thing that's making all of this really hard to do. And this is a guy who's got all the things you've asked for on that machine there. And that is, we don't have any control or access to the chat when we're in the Workplace app. We have to run a completely separate video, separate version of Zoom, a browser version of Zoom to get the chat. All the things you do, all the things you've talked about are all really difficult if we can't interact with the chat. Because when we're running in the Workplace app, we can see everything else. We can send a chat message to everybody, but we can't read the chat and we can't send personal chats. If I can send personal chats and I can read the chats, then I can put a game on everybody's machine and I can use the chat to control the messages between the machines. If I don't have that, I've got to send it out to a server. The server's got to send it back to the user. It's a nightmare and it's really hard and it's slightly unreliable.
But you're not building on OSC. You're building on API. Is that what you're saying?
No, I can build in the app SDK. We've been talking
Yeah,
talking earlier, as you probably heard. We were talking about hand raised and emojis and all those
Yep.
sort of things.
Yeah.
All those features are all in the app SDK. In the app SDK, which runs inside the Zoom Workplace app, you can get all that data. You can process all of that. But there's no easy way, if you're going to have gamification, for the person who's running the game to talk to all the different users. There's no communication path. The only way you can do it is you have to send it to a server, and then somebody's got to download it, and then you've got all the lag problems and the timing problems. It'd be much easier if you could just send a message to each other's machine by sending a chat. So if you do a question, everybody answers, and the answer gets put in the chat as well as whatever you do. And if Robert happens to be the first name that says the correct word in the chat, you've got a clear demonstration that he won the game. If I want to change Robert's score on his machine because he won the last question, I've got to do an app to do that. Whereas if I could do chat, I'd have a way to talk. I could send a code directly to Robert's machine by sending a private chat message, and his score would go up. Most of the games that people have shown and played around with are all based around chat and reactions, but we don't have access to chat in the Zoom Workplace app. And they said they were going to give it to us in RTMS, and then they backtracked. So the only way to do all your things is somebody has to write a web version of Zoom in using the video SDK, and that has to be like the judge, and that has to join the meeting like a separate app. It's just in such a higher level of complication
Yeah.
that it'll put a lot of people off doing it. We were talking, this is public. We were talking with about the Zoom developers, and I was telling them how I got a whole load of these members here who came to a webinar with me when I showed them how easy it is to set up a AI to actually write apps in Zoom. And when we were talking about that on Wednesday, and I said, look, you don't need all the authentication because the Workplace app does the authentication. So you can just sit in front of it. Once you know the rules and you know what's possible, you can just sit there with ChatGPT and you can write apps to do all these gamification things quite easily. And they said, that's fantastic. That's a great idea. But again, it's the feedback, and the chat is the most accurate and the easiest to implement and the easiest to understand feedback for all gamification, because most gamification has chat messages in it somewhere, or as Robert said, somebody raising their hand or whatever. But yeah, I've been playing with a lot of these features, and it really is. It's more easy than I'd like it to be in a way to do. And once you start doing one, you start thinking, oh, I can do that now. Oh, I can do that now. And you start going off in lots of different directions at the same time.
Yeah.
John, isn't there an easier way to do that? Because if you run a poll or a survey a poll during an event,
yeah,
and people have registered for that event, you're actually capturing that data, so you know who
can't see it.
There's a report generated.
Yeah, but I can't see it live.
You mean that report is only available after the meeting
on the screen
ends?
It's only available on the screen. I can't. Again, I'd have to have a completely separate version of Zoom running, like Zoom OSC, and I'd have to collect the data there. But it's not available live.
So the report that's generated in Zoom about who, during the poll, who voted for what, is only available when the meeting ends. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Unless you use the download button and then reload it back into yourself, which I've done before. So I've done the, you can do it in the poll, you can download the results like immediately the poll finishes.
Graphics Toolkit does it.
Yeah, the toolkit is a separate app running on a separate machine.
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying. You're making it more complicated by forcing people to write a completely separate app in a separate machine.
No, I think I'm going to step on your toes with this
Please
one,
do.
John. We don't want Zoom to make the Zoom app even more complicated. There's enough functionality in there as it is without adding all of the
but these aren't complicated things, Robert. Compared to everything else Zoom does, these are not complicated things.
I'm not saying for Zoom. I'm talking about the users.
Well, there's only going to be 1%, 0.1% of users that will ever write apps like this. But if only 30 or 40 people copy what I do, we can't. He's a great guy, but we can't wait for Mr. Carluccio. And I actually know there's another project running at the moment, but we can't wait for Mr. Carluccio to keep writing all these apps. The whole idea when he first did this, and Mike will back me up because I know he knows this as well, and I'm sure you might remember. I hope you remember when he started writing all these apps. He said, "I'm doing this because I've been told by the powers that be that nobody has done it yet, and I'm hoping that now I've done it, other people will do it as well."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
But the level of which he's had to go to get all these fantastic apps running is a much bigger step to jump than if we just had these in the workplace, if we just had these easily accessible in the workplace app. Because the workplace app is just so much an easier place to write. And also it means it's in the window. So, you have an app window on your workplace app, and you can have your gamification stuff in the workplace app, not a completely separate program running somewhere else. In the workplace app. We haven't even scratched the surface of what you can do with lower thirds and stuff in the screen. You guys are using Ecamm. That can be done inside Zoom just as easily.
Yeah, exactly. So what John is saying when he means like within the workplace app, he's meaning you'd have to make sure that the marketplace app is installed, and then you'd be able to do this functionality. So it's very much like the FX program that we've talked about many times.
Graphics Toolkit, Zoom OSC, Zoom ISO, these are all fantastic apps, but they all have to be run completely separate. And that is a lot harder for people to get their hands around, write a completely separate app to then join the meeting. And that's even more complicated now because we've had rules imposed on us because all these chat apps keep turning up, these AI apps kept turning up and sabotaging meetings. So there's a whole set of rules now about an app can't exist in a meeting unless there's the sponsor of it, so to speak, as they call it. The sponsor of it is in the meeting as well. But there's lots of really neat things you can do now, but there's just a few bits of data we don't have easy access to. And if we had easier access to, we would probably encourage people to use it more.
Cool. That makes sense to everybody. Good. Everybody's nodding, just in case everybody on YouTube didn't see everybody on mute nodding. But yeah, everybody agrees. So, Hasmuth, do you have a question for Josh too? Go for it. Whatever.
Yeah,
Go for
no,
it.
I mean, just before this discussion, I was looking at what John had said, and I thought, how easy is it for an individual to write an app with some of the AI tools? And I guess you have to have that compliant or registered with the marketplace.
No, and yes.
And how easy is the process? I'm not a coder. I'm
okay.
Not
so there are the marketplace.
Give me a sec.
No, it's all right. I can give you an answer. Give me an answer of what you've given.
No.
Okay, give me more.
So I'm going to use one of the AI tools to do the coding for me. So how challenging or easy is that roadmap?
Okay, so I gave this whole scenario to the developers team on Wednesday, and they said it's fine. All right, so this is probably going to make Josh blush because this is stupid. You have to register your app with the marketplace.
Got you.
But if it's going to be for your own personal use in your own account, you have no hoops to run through.
Okay.
There is no authorization you need apart from you give them the app name, you say what you want it to do, in other words, what commands it wants to make use of, and you're given a couple of codes. And you have to use those codes to authorize your app.
Right.
Except if you use functions that are built into the app SDK, you don't need to do any authorization whatsoever. So even though Zoom will authorize your app, you can completely ignore all the authorization messages you get, and you can just ignore them completely, and you can talk to the app SDK, and you can ask how many, what's the name of the participants that are in the meeting. You can ask who's got their hands up. You can do all these things. And the reason you can do that is because the app SDK has authorized you, because if you weren't running Zoom, you wouldn't be able to use it.
Right. got you. And
so you
if
could do all that yourself, and because
Right.
there's no authorization, it's really easy. If you go and have a look at the App SDK, it's very easy to then get ChatGPT or any other AI to help you write that code. So
Exactly.
that's why I mean the boundary is really low. Now, if you wanted to make that available to the public, then you'd have to
That's
jump through all the
different.
hoops. But we're not
Of
talking about
course,
that. We're
of
talking
course.
about running it locally.
Yeah. So
If you
if
want to
I
do an API call to Zoom to get some more information, then you would have to make all the authority and all the other bits work. But actually,
Right.
that's quite easy because there are, I don't know, a dozen or two examples on GitHub from Zoom. They've done it themselves, and I've done it myself. So I've got a
So
basic version.
so if I've got that Zoom app and I am the host who's always running that app, I should be on safe territory.
Yes.
Okay.
And in fact, if you're running it on your account, if you join somebody else's meeting and they make you a host or co-host, you'll get access to the data. Because Zoom app will never have access to something that you wouldn't have in real life.
Right. Got you. Got you.
So if you have to be a co-host to use that particular function, you'd have to be a co-host to use that particular function. You don't, just because you have an app doesn't give you any special powers. You're limited
Right.
by what you'd be limited to do if you were a normal human.
Yes. So I mean, just before this, just so coincidental, I just checked on one of these AIs and I said, I want an app that tells me in real time if anybody has switched off the camera.
Yep.
And so it said, okay, the SDK supports certain calls that we can use to write that little app for you. And it does say you got to register the app on the marketplace and get certain codes from that you insert before they scaffold the app for you. So
yes,
except
except that you don't need to actually do that code to make use of that particular call. But the AI might not realize that because it's never said obviously.
Right.
And also I will say too that chances are the AI thinks that you're making this marketplace app to sell.
No, I understand.
But
no,
I know, but I've done the example and I did show everybody, and I've done a few others since, and I've now been told that it's quite okay for me to carry on and do some more. So if you put in certain words to the AI, it makes it easier because Zoom has got so many different APIs and AIs and controls that if you just ask it, you say, I want to do an app to do X, it can go off at a tangent and completely make it more complicated. If you tell it you want to use the apps SDK, the APPS SDK, it will find the answer more easily. And also it will tell you that you have to use the codes, but you don't have to use the codes.
So what it did do, it said the Zoom app in terms of Zoom app in meeting, meeting read meeting, and event subscriptions are meeting participant joined, meeting participant left, meeting participant video started, meeting participant video stopped.
Exactly.
And according to this, the app that it can create can give you that as a input in a panel within the Zoom
Exactly.
workplace app.
I did it about a month ago on one of my shows.
Yeah.
We had somebody on Wednesday, didn't we, Mike, who was asking about people coming into meetings. How did he know where they were in the breakout rooms?
Right. Yeah.
And there's a function call which is in the app SDK that you would find that does the same thing. It basically, you tell Zoom, I want to know when something has changed, when participants have changed. And when a participant turns on the camera or turns off their camera, joins the meeting, leaves the meeting, it gets alerted. And then you can get the code to, see what's happened and then pop up on your screen.
So for these tools to interrogate or work with the SDK, do I have to be a particular status in terms of credentials or register as a developer? Is there anything I need to do?
No. Thanks, Josh. Lovely to see you.
Bye, y'all. Have a good weekend.
No, you only have to be a co-host, I think, to see when everybody's joining and not joining.
Yeah, no. To write the app.
No, if you said you want to write an app to put an alert message every time somebody joins or leaves a meeting, it should be able to do it.
It will then interrogate and call all the
It calls all it needs to do
on the SDK.
Yeah, it effectively it registers itself on the participant change call, and then just
Right.
sits there and twiddles its thumbs. And when something happens, Zoom will then tell it something's happened. So you don't have to go around in a loop saying, "Has anything happened yet?"
No,
You
no,
just
no, no, no. I'm talking. This is pre the app already now done and dusted. I'm talking
Yeah.
about in the journey of developing or creating this app. The AI tools can interrogate what's in the SDK. That's what
Yes.
I'm asking.
Yes.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
my
and
question.
I've done it. I've done it various times, and I'm going to start doing some more now.
So I don't need any specific access or set up anything. I just tell the AI.
If you're
that
the
I'm
owner of your
making
account,
yeah. Right.
then you don't have to set up anything. If you're not the owner of the account, you have to go into account settings and make yourself a developer. But if you're the account owner, you automatically have all those privileges anyhow.
Okay, got you. Thanks so much. That's very helpful.
That's all right. We look forward to see what you get.
I need to drop off, guys, so thanks very much. Bye.
Yeah, take care,
That's
Robert.
all right, Robert.
Continue.
Thank you. If you have examples of something you want to do, I know there's lots of people who would like to, follow the same thing. So
Yeah. No, in fact, just this conversation got me thinking, and the reason why I got thinking to it, I don't have many friends, but I met Uncle Claude, so we're good friends now, great friends. And what I did do with another colleague of ours in the community is to be able to, first of all, design a website through an interrogation process, like an interview. That normally a web designer, developer will ask you all those questions. And I've done a few, but when this engine asked me the question, it took an hour and 15 minutes and took me to various streams that I would have never ever think of. Neither would a real human developer ask me those kind of questions. And then once it's done that, it then created a proposed homepage. And once it's created the homepage, we then it automatically, through a virtual server, created the coding to be hosted on a site and install the AI tool on that site so the tool can speak directly to the coding.
Yeah.
So if I'm looking at my website, I can say, okay, I don't like this block in green. Can you change it to red?
Well, I had an email marketing email from somebody who had a webinar they're going to run, and I just loved the way it was set out. So I just took the URL, I went to my AI, and I said, I want to do a Lord Zoom live page like this, and I want to do it for my developers landing page, and I want you to base it on this. And it just created for me a complete landing page.
Exactly.
Where it took out all the references to this guy, and put all the
Right.
stuff it knew about me into the page and built the page for me.
Yeah, exactly. It's awesome. So I think I've been intimate with my newly found uncle for the last week, and this discussion triggered the thought, hey, maybe I can ask Uncle to write me the Zoom app.
It's easy to do, and some would say, why don't I just do it? And the reason I don't do it is there's a million different ways that you could deal with the data of people coming and going and managing breakout rooms, etc.
Yeah.
And it's easy to write one app to do it, but that would be to do the way I expect it to be used. So I did a breakout rooms app, because I was fed up with going to these networking meetings, and you kept going to breakout rooms, you meet the same people. So I just went to ChatGPT and I said, look, I want an algorithm so that we don't meet the same people every time we do a breakout room. So it gave me the algorithm. I had the rest of the code. We just put it together and I had an app to do it.
Wow.
But there could be a dozen different reasons why people want people to meet in different ways in a breakout room. So I can't write I can't,
It's very individual, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't cut. You
So
can't.
really, the best thing to do is encourage other people to do their version of the app to fit their situations.
Exactly.
Mike would want to do a breakout room where his salespeople would stay in the rooms and all the customers would shuffle around.
Right.
So we've all got different reasons why we'd like to use the same tool, but what's out the box of Zoom isn't good enough.
Yeah, and nor does I think Zoom actually want to be in that either. That's why
they couldn't keep up, could they?
Yeah. Can you imagine how many Hasmiths out there that has this specific thing that you really want us to build this into the main product? Right?
I said to Uncle Claude, I'm a little tired tonight. Can we continue tomorrow morning? And I've got to ask my friends certain questions. So I put like kind of a pause into what I started.
Okay, I got one little last piece of advice for you.
Yeah.
I'm always concerned that AIs will forget something that they don't think is important, but you do.
Yeah.
So when I get to the end of a conversation with any AI tool, and I'm going to stop for a while, I ask it to give me a markdown summary of where we are so far. So it then gives you a text file with all the data of what it's had the conversation. And then you save that somewhere. And if it then loses track, you can then give it back to it and say, look, this is where we were. And it will then, and the other thing about a markdown file is it's in English, so you can read it. And then if you think there's something in there that's not right, you can edit it and then give it back to Claude edited with exactly what you want. But whenever I do something, I always do at the end of my sessions, I always do a markdown file, which gives me a summary of everything it's decided. I've even got a markdown file of how I do my little silly cartoon images for my Lord Zooms.
Yeah. So what I do, I say log the session.
Yeah.
And then I have a auto schedule running that publishes all the session on a HTML site.
Yeah.
And so not only do I log it, I also publish it, so I can go back.
You can go back to it, and if it's forgotten stuff, you can go back to it again. Yeah,
and
terrific.
then obviously in the folder, it then creates the MD file for
exactly.
So that's exactly what I'm doing.
And the other little trick is with that MD file. If you and Claude fell out, you could take that MD file and give it to another AI, and it would carry on. So it's a generic type of thing.
Yeah.
Hey, you're a cool guy, Hazmat. You got some cool stuff.
Yeah, you don't even know what you're doing over there, son. You know, Mark. See, John saying markdown file, and you said yes. I save it to MD file. That's a markdown file. You're already doing that.
I know that. I know that. It's best to pretend to be a little low up here.
Okay. Well, I always worry because you've got a load of wood there in the background and it's right next to the fire. And I'm just wondering how the wood doesn't just catch fire. It's probably an electric.
I wrote the app for that.
You wrote the app for that? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Uncle's helping him. Uncle helped him before the show.
Uncle is great.
Yeah. Ask Uncle to put a gap between the wood and the fire, please, because it doesn't look correct.
No, it's okay. I kept the door open, so I'm letting the fire die. Thanks, guys. I gotta be off.
Of course.
This was great chatting to you guys again, as usual.
Take care, Hazmat.
I don't think my meters were needed tonight, so I didn't bring them in.
No, we need excitement meters next.
That's right. Oh, that might be a good segue, John. I think that was a good segue. We need some excitement. Do we? It might be that perfect time where it's Oh, yes.
Gonna have to buy another Mac now so I can do this zooming thing floating around.
Oh, no. Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing
Yeah, you got to watch these Johns. You know, it doesn't
I
matter who
know.
they are, whether they're a Nicholson or a John Zoom. They
Yeah,
turn up with all these weird things.
Yeah. Then all of a sudden, David's video all of a sudden goes to, from perfectly to, oh my goodness, panic. Yeah. But on top of that note, the exciting part I was talking about is, yes, it's that time of the evening, guys and gals, for us to do some. That's right. You see it, YouTube. So I promise not to blast your
Get
ears.
along together.
It's karaoke time.
Welcome to the Zoom Test Kitchen, where the magic happens live. Every Friday we're on air, testing tech to thrive. From screen share to breakout rooms, we push Zoom to its max. So sit back, relax, and let's see what's in our tech hacks. Zooming in, we're testing it all. Live on YouTube each week. From audio to video, no feature we won't tweak. We're the Zoom Test Kitchen crew, here to innovate. Join the fun, learn the tech, don't be late. We'll dive into the settings, explore every single tab. Make sure your mic is clear, your camera not a drab. We'll show you how to host like a pro, manage like a king. With Zoom Test Kitchen, you'll be zooming with a zing. Zooming in, we're testing it all. Live on YouTube each week. From audio to video, no feature we won't tweak. We're the Zoom Test Kitchen crew, here to innovate. Join the fun, learn the tech, don't be late. Whether you're new to Zoom or an expert in disguise, we've got tips and tricks, we'll open up your eyes. From polls to quizzes, we test functionalities. Join us live, see what Zoom does with these. So if your meetings lag, or you can't share your screen, or if your audio echoes like you're stuck in between, we've got solutions, we'll show you how it's done. Zoom Test Kitchen, where Zoom fun has begun. Zooming in, we're testing it all. Live on YouTube each week. From audio to video, no feature we won't tweak. We're the Zoom Test Kitchen crew, here to innovate. Join the fun, learn the tech, don't be late. So tune in, don't miss out on this tech fest we lead. Every Friday, Zoom Test Kitchen, where you'll succeed. We'll make your Zoom meeting smooth, keep the tech in check. In the Zoom Test Kitchen, we've got your back. No We're the Zoom Test Kitchen, we've got your back. No
All right. And we didn't wreck this week, Zoom Test Kitchen community. That's awesome. Thanks, everyone, for joining us this week on the Zoom Test Kitchen. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, which, of course, lets YouTube know, and, of course, Zoomies know, including Josh, that surprised us today. I hope you caught that and know how much you love our content here on YouTube. Don't forget, we're here every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. And should you check your local time zones to match up to those so that you can join us live. See everyone next week for another great edition of the Zoom Test Kitchen. And here we go, off to the Zoom Test Kitchen. Well, it's actually the Zoom Test Lounge. Take care, YouTube.